Whoa.
Stream is starting. The Captain Coder at the helm. Bean water is ready. Today we will learn a lot. He loves the questions. He loves the sing.
You guys ready for it? Get that finger on the screen. Match the captain's finger. Can you do it? Good morning, good afternoon, good evening to you, wherever you happen to be in the world. Captain Coder here on this beautiful, what's today? Monday, everybody. We're back. It's Monday morning for me. Afternoon, evening, wherever you happen to be. I hope you're having a beautiful day. Dramok's got it. Dramok's with the bonus. Dramok's with the bonus finger. Dota 2, you had no idea there's an intro video. Now you know. Now you know. Welcome back, my friend. I hope you guys are all having a beautiful day. Captain Coder here on this beautiful Monday. I'm so excited to be here. Thank you guys so much for being here on Saturday for our showcase. Folks, what are we working on? What are we doing today? How are things going? Great to see you, Dota. Happy to have you here. Kovalaki, welcome back to the stream. Mooniz, congratulations on your number 2, my friend. Dramox, you can just gonna let Mooniz get ahead of you like that. Nerd Waffle, cool guy. How's it going? Cool guy. It's great to see you again. I hope you're having a beautiful day. Dota, I hope you've been well. I hope you're doing awesome. It's wonderful. It's always wonderful to see you, my friend. Dude, I think you were one of my, one of the first people. I think you were here even before I decided to like, you were here during my test streams. I think you came in when I was working on the World's Worst blog. Is that true? Were you here when I was working on the World's Worst blog? Let me know if that's true. I can't quite remember. Yeah, Dota, I think you might have been. I wish you could see who was the first follower. I think you're in like one of my first 10 followers on Twitch, by the way. So Dota, it's always wonderful to see your name here. Thank you so much for popping in. Thank you so much for hanging out. Smab, enjoy your lurk, my friend. I hope you're having a beautiful day. My music's so loud. Is the music crazy loud for anyone else, or is that just, is it in my head? Is it just in my head? I think it's just in my head. Yeah, it doesn't seem too crazy for you guys. Might not even be able to hear it. I'm not sure. That audio source is so low. BK Dev. Welcome back to the stream. Dramulks, come on. Trying to boozle me. You can't boozle the captain. Captain's unboozleable. Unboozleable. New package on the way. BK, I'm excited to see it. I'm excited to have it. Did you figure? I think you said you figured out what was going on with it. In your head, that's right. Zombies, 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 bees, bees. You know the weird. Don't be upset with me. I hope no one's upset with me. The only reason I really know that song is because of The Office. When Ed Helms' character sings that song in that ridiculous way. I think that's the only reason I actually know about that particular thing. Zombies, that'd be quite terrifying. Zombies. They're not just regular bees. They're zombies coming to get you. Coming to get you. It's so wonderful to have all of you here. Nikki B Hobby, and I hope you're having a beautiful day. Folks, if you guys don't know, you guys know Nikki B? Nikki B ain't just no normal man. Nikki B, that's right, I'm gonna get you. Nikki B happens to be hobbying, and you gotta go check him out, folks. You see that heart? Click that heart there. Give him some love. Oh, and Grumpy, thank you so much for the raid. I appreciate you. Enjoy your adulting, my friend. Have a beautiful day. Thank you so much for hanging out. Thank you for being a pillar of my morning. I appreciate it. I appreciate being able to wake up and hang out with you each and every morning that I happen to wake up and hang out with you. So I appreciate it. Be sure to give Nikki B some following, folks. All right, what are we doing? If I missed someone, I'm so sorry. But what are we working on today? We are working on our tactical combat game here. We're working on our this is XKCD. This is not this here is not combat game. If you guys couldn't tell, this is not the combat game we're working on. Not this. This is not the combat. This is XKCD. But if I were to go over here, this is our tactical. Well, this is the code for. This isn't the tactical combat game. This isn't tactical combat. This is the code for the tactical combat game. So then if I do, let's see here. If I come into my web editor, I do a .NET run, .NET watch run. Then, and only then, let's see, is this gonna work? Let's see here. Do I have it set up to where it'll show up on the screen? Maybe, possibly. Who'sy whatsy? What's it gonna be? Who's it gonna be? What's it gonna do? How's it gonna go? There it is. There it is. And here we go. Oh, look at this. Look at this. Look at this here. Tactical combat. I bet you ain't never seen a tactical. Well, really, this isn't a tactical combat game. This is more of an editor for a. All right, I'm sorry. Don't you need the run? It's now. Oh, you don't think I need the run? It's optional. It's like Battleship. Yeah. Let's try it, Smab. .NET watch. Let's try it. Lieutenant Conker. Thank you for being here. Oh my goodness, what's happening? Who raided? Did I get a raid? Who raided us? The Dev Dad with the raid. Dev Dad, I'm sorry, I don't have my doys yet up here. I wanted to get all the doys. Hang on, let's see if we can do it. Just for you, Dev Dad. Hang on. Oh, I don't have all the doy things set up. Hang on, events. We have our preset effect. Let's doy top here. Here, can I do it this way? Doy. Does it let me do it like that? No, it doesn't. Now they're just all queued up now. It doesn't let me do it. Holy moly, this is ridiculous. Straville, how are you today? And Emil, Jason, Emil, oh Emil, Email Jason, how are you today? Kieran says, Captain, when are we getting affiliate? Thank you so much for the follow, Strawville. Thank you so much for the follow. Email Jason. Sorry if I got it incorrect. RJ wants me to give a hat here. Watch. Points, add all. Let's give everyone. It's Dead. How's this? I'll give everyone 1,000 points. So then if they want to do the hat stack, they can go for Akshay. Welcome to stream. Also, for those of you who don't know, I am not an affiliate. But if you want to, I have. give me them ads. Give me them ads. That's right. I'm not an affiliate, but it's by choice. Thank you for the hat redeem code, Monk. Let's get a hat started. We got Akshay, following the captain today. You know, we also got Raja Shikatua, 100 following me. You know, I like Duke 102. We got Duke 102. Thank you guys so much for all the follows. Thank you for being here. Dev Dad, how was your stream, folks? Let's see if I got it. Is it Dev Dad? Am I getting it right the first time? I got it right the first time. Folks, if you guys don't know, the Dev Dad, amazing software developer, streamer, and father. He's building a productivity app called Embedder. Be sure to go give him some love, folks. Go check out the Dev Dad if you want to show him working in React Native. Go give him some love. Thank you so much for the hat. Let's get another hat added to the stack. Duke, thank you for the hat. Duke. I appreciate it. Very much. Oryx Dev, welcome back to the stream. Oh boy, RJ, thank you for the hat redeem. Let's get another hat added to the stack. Oh yeah, 3 hats deep. There it is. Thank you so much, RJ. I appreciate it. I appreciate you. Oryx with another hat. Let's get the hat. We got 2 more hats. So it's Oryx and Jeroen Van Wyzen. Thank you for the hat names. 1 hat. Oh, sorry, there's a 3-hour cooldown on those hats. ML Jason, we got a 3-hour cooldown. So, but you know, each individual person can attack. You know, so if you want to see the hat stack overflow, it requires more than one person. It's a what is it? A denial of hair service. A denial of hair attack. At what point does he run out of hats? Look. It's the $1 million question, right? It's the $1 million question. Does the captain ever run out of hats? Yes, it has happened. But can you make it happen? Only you. Marza Power, thank you so much for the hat redeem. Let's get another hat added to the stack. Here we go. Boom. Nice and toasty. Keep that head nice and warm. All right. The real question is, why does he have so many hats? That is a question. Congratulations on your number 8, Craxy. Nice game in the background. Yeah, I'm a big fan of the board games. I'm a big fan of the game of the board in the board category. Congratulations on number 9 and number 10, Oryx and Akira. Congratulations. Emil Jason, congratulations on number 11. And a fan of the hats. Look, I do wear many hats. What are we working on? Smirking Squiggly, welcome back to the stream. It's great to see you again. We got so many wonderful people here. I've missed so many of you. Lol Delta, Demand Dread, Akshay Duke, Rajar Shikuata. Thank you guys so much for being here. Akira with another hat. Hang on, let's take a sip of that coffee. Let's mark all these red. Let's get another hat, Craxy. I hope you're having a beautiful day. Oh, let's get another hat added to the stack. Hang on, there's the button. Had to find the button. Oh yeah, that's a good one. How many deep? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 hats deep, folks. We got 10 hats deep. Okay, so what are we doing? What the heck are we working on? We're just building hats. We're building a hat stack here, folks. But what are we doing? We are working on a tactic. Let's go for 20. We're working on a tactical combat game. I know it doesn't look like much. But our goal is to create a tactical combat game. And this is our board editor. We're working on a board editor right now. I know it doesn't look like, what the hat are we working on? That's right. We're working on a tactical combat game. What's your personal hat record? We've had a couple hat stack overflows. What a mad hatter. I think I have 18 hats here. So I think I have 18 hats, but I can never quite remember. It's like 18, somewhere between 18 and 22 hats. And if you want to see us get to the top, you had 18 hats. That's right, Jero. Jeronvin. Let me know if I'm pronouncing that so terrible. Jiro. I'm gonna call you Jiro. Action. Thank you for the hat, redeem. Jerome. We'll go with Jerome. All right. Let's get another hat on this stack. Oh yeah. There it is. Thank you for the hat. We'll go with Jerome. Just do Jerome. Gotcha. 1 second. Let me make a little note here. We're gonna go with Jerome. There we go. You can also find the commands if you scroll down just a hair on Twitch here. What I consider the important commands are available. If you just scroll, see this handsome fella here, this guy here with all the hats. If you just scroll down here, there's a list of the commands below. So feel free to check those out. Feel free to look at them. Okay. All right. What are we doing? How are we doing it? Who am I? Where are my false teeth? I don't know. Yes, I remember. What are your PC specs? Great question. We do have. Thank you for the math. If we do specs, you'll see them there because I always forget. It's not the beefiest of computers, but it's not a Weasley computer either. Dutch names are English unfriendly. Look, non-English names make us Americans, quiver in fear, incapable of doing anything with them. Knee Job Coder, welcome back to the stream. It's great to see you. Hope you're having a beautiful day, my friend. Welcome back to the stream. It's wonderful to have you here. Look, I did not become a streamer to be afraid of names. I didn't become a streamer to be afraid of names. I'm not afraid of names, but that doesn't mean I can't pronounce them well. All right. Yeah, so we are working on, we made a game. We made a game called Cosmic Encounter here. And in Cosmic Encounter, we had this grid-based tactical combat. We had a grid-based tactical combat that we did. Try exclamation point Q. Try exclamation point Q, Duke. Here, Duke, I'm gonna add that to the queue. It's Q followed by, there we go. Oh no, and my questions command, that's okay. That kind of works. It shows me that there's a question in our queue. Thank you for the question. Let's go look at that real quick. Let's see if I can look at that question. All right, questions.txt. I forgot to switch the way the questions are rendered. That's okay. Question. Let's see if you can read this question properly. Let's open up a new, boom, Q. Duke asks, should I do that Android Auto integration prototype implementation for Work Mobile to submit to Google Play to see if they would even approve the integration at all? Because my facts and concerns about our use case not fitting into the eligible categories for Android Auto to scrap it just yet in a duct tape jankway or glue, stapler, and nails jankway. Should I? All right, so you're saying, should I create an Android Auto integration prototype using duct tape, jank, and glue, stapler, and nails way? So typically that's how like proof of concepts are written, right? So POCs, if you don't know if you're gonna actually make money off of something yet, it's not like if your plan is to make money to sell it, you can often do it this way depending on how small the scope is, in my opinion. As the scope grows, you want to be more fastidious about how you do testing, how you manage the complexity, and how it grows. So in my opinion, there's some context missing that I need to know a little bit more about. Jerome says, I'm used to have my name butchered. Even my French family butchered my name for over 45 years. So, few people get the name Captain wrong. Captain always seems to come through pretty well. All right. Thank you for the question. I hope that answer was okay. I don't have the best of answer there for you, but typically if it's going to be reused, you want to avoid jank and duct tape. That said, if it's going to be, if you understand that it's going to be scrapped and used just as a prototype, it's totally okay. But yeah, if you want to all you want to do is say, can I get integration approved? Yeah, go for it. Go for it. And I would say POC, proof of concept, MVP, minimum viable product. Get it done, get it submitted, see if you can get something. And if you can't, then you'll know you didn't waste that much time. I hope that answer seems reasonable. But yeah, so we made this tactical combat game with tactical, air quotes, tactical. And then we voted, and people voted on, let's expand this, let's make it better. And so here we are, we're building a web editor right now for our map, like this. And we're sort of we're on day 3. We're in the very beginning of this application. And here's a little bit of the source code. We're using C# Razor templates to make this here. And right now the way it's set up is if we click into a space, it adds a tile. And if we click on a space that has a tile, it removes a tile. So we built a data structure for our board, which represents all the positions and the tiles in there. And then we created a UI for it. We created a UI for it. Duke says, submitting an open closed beta, so it has to go through the review process. Maybe the people in charge want to see if it fails, and I'm pretty certain it will get rejected just because it does not fit in the Google supported categories, and Android Auto itself extremely restricted and limited. Can't do custom UI, only predefined templates. Gotcha. Yeah, I would I would probably go with a quick and dirty prototype, right? Quick and dirty prototype, get it done, get it submitted, proof of concept with the idea that if it's accepted, you're gonna scrap it. You're gonna scrap it, start from scratch and build it the correct way, but just seeing whether or not it's even worth doing, right? That's sort of how I feel about a lot of things. See if it's even worth doing. Siler, welcome back, number 13, congratulations. A Dark Man, yo, how's it going? It's been a while since I saw the Dark Man. It's been a while. Welcome back to the stream. Okay, so what I would like to do, you'll notice when I refresh the page, it clears out here. I would like to add in, one of the things I would like to do, I'd like to be able to save these. So I think I'm gonna work on today adding in serialization for my board, which I don't think will be too difficult to do. So we're gonna add serialization in here so that I could start saving it and then have confidence as we move on that it'll be saved. So there's a couple things I wanna do here, but the first one I wanna try and do is write serialization for my board, make sure my boards can save and load. 2XP Games, welcome to the stream. Miss Tess, thanks for the question. We'll take a look at that in just a moment. We are doing absolutely wonderful, 2XP Games. I hope you are having a beautiful day. Darkman, I'm wonderful. Thank you so much for any day. Any day I can wake up and code is a beautiful day, and any day that the crew is here with me is twice as beautiful. Redmer, I don't have a fancy mug today, I'm sorry. I'm sorry to disappoint you. I looked for it. I don't know what I did with it. It's sitting somewhere in my house. Probably with some used tea bags, collecting some disturbing germs. Miss Tess, thank you for the question. Let's check it out. Let's see here. What was the question? Let's pull it up. I hit the wrong button. Okay. Question. Miss Tess asks, what is your idea / opinion in picking an authentication authorization? Paid service, open source, custom build. That depends is it depends as the users can log on one account via multiple services, for example, Google, GitHub, Twitch. I personally would probably use an open source option. We actually had someone on our showcase showing they had a JWT. OAuth is usually what I go with. OAuth. So most services have it. So OAuth is probably, I think it's OAuth 2. This tends to, I think they use JWT tokens as well. So OAuth 2. So in the past, this is what the protocol I've used is this. So there's a bunch of different ways to do it. OAuth 2 is typically what I use. You have these refresh tokens, access tokens, and you have these token managers. So we had someone on our showcase actually that did simple JWT. Let's see if we can pull this up. Simple JWT. Let's see if we can find it right here. Is this it? Simple JWT login. SJWT. Hang on. SJWT. Is it Idris? Let me go find it. It's on the Discord. Let me go find it real quick. So if you want a simple way to do it without, oh no, it's Choxy. And it was horsey.gg. Thank you so much, Redmer. There it is. Horsey.gg. We had someone on our showcase showing off this one. Okay, so here it is. We do use that simple JWT WordPress plugin. Oh, gotcha. Yeah, so Choxy, the author of this, came onto our showcase on Saturday and talked about it a little bit. High Priest, thank you so much for the follow. High Priest, thank you for following me today now. High Priest, hope you enjoy the stream. High Priest, thank you so much for the follow. Happy to have you here on this beautiful Monday. Hope you're having a beautiful day. Miss Tess, I hope that answer was okay. There are some other good resources for authentication. AWS, Azure all have them as well. So if you need something maybe a little bit more robust than a JWT token, in addition to OAuth, that sort of things, AWS has services for doing it as well. JWT is in beta though. Gotcha. Yeah, I haven't used it. So it might not meet your needs. Typically some library that does OAuth is what I would use. And then you don't have to manage username and passwords yourself. It's all done through another thing. Also, I've used Firebase before as well, but that is I think Firebase is kind of niche, but authentication with Firebase is super simple. Look, we got a fake project here. Firebase is super simple for authentication as another option. So for example, my website, I use Firebase as a tiny little backend for doing stuff. So Firebase is another option. To get Firebase work, I've used Firebase. I think it's pretty straightforward and easy to get working. Whereas the authentication, yeah, I think their authentication service is quite good because it all works the same. You say, oh, these are the providers that I want. At work, we use KeyCloak, but that has a tenant setup. However, it's not feasible for myself. I picked myself Firebase for now, but it's a paid service. Yeah, so Firebase is not free, right? So I think Firebase is really simple to set up, but not free. Oh, interesting. Yeah, on my C# website, I use Firebase as my login for the backend. So this is using Firebase for all the database. It's Firebase. I'd still self-host and auth myself. I think there's a bunch of solid open source options that are similar to Firebase. Yeah, there's a bunch of open source options that are similar to Firebase for doing like what is it? What does Firebase call their database? Their real-time database. Yeah. So there's a bunch of options like it. But those are some options there. Supabase. Is Supabase one? Supabase. Is it open source Firebase alternative? There it is, yeah. Supabase. Here's a good option. Ooh, maybe we'll build a backend. You know what? This could be cool. Maybe we'll build a backend using Supabase for our project. That could be really fun. Maybe the backend for our tool here that we're building, we can use that. I think I've used it once before, many moons ago. Did it ask you for app verification by Google? I have no idea. I can't remember. It's been so long. Let's see. Google import to enable Google sign-on for Android. You must provide the SHA-1 release for each app. Oh, I don't know that this was a thing here. Previously, let's look at it real quick. Let me pull up my other, hang on. Let me go see, is it gonna end up disabling console.firebase.google.com? Let's look in my hang on. We're going into fuzzy mode here. Fuzzy mode. So nothing too terrible happens. Fuzzy mode enabled. All right, let's go into my website here. Oh yeah, I did have to configure OAuth, right? Then Supabase, I think that kind of emerged some time ago when it was the new hot hype. Haven't used any of them myself. Yeah, but maybe we'll use an open source one because I was probably going to use Firebase, but maybe it'd be cool to use an open source Firebase imitation. You know, Firebase like. That could be fun to check out there. Tuber, welcome back to the stream. I hope you're having a beautiful day, my friend. Hope you're having a beautiful day. Yeah, so for my login here, I have to have authorization domains, and I am blurry on purpose. Yeah, I think I had to go and set up OAuth. Yeah, OAuth redirects. Domains need to be authorized for OAuth. So I did set up all the OAuth redirect stuff, Redmer. So yes, I did. But I had done that, and so that was something that I was familiar with doing at some previous jobs. So it wasn't that big of a deal. I'm so sorry to hear you're not feeling great. I'm not at work and can watch stream, which is great. Well, I'm glad you're here, Tuber. I hope you feel well soon. I'm sorry to hear you're not feeling well, but thank you so much for popping in. Wonderful to have you. I want to bookmark this. Super bass. Super bass. Because I bet there are not bindings for Blazor for super bass, so maybe we'll write some. Search my specific requirements in super bass. Gotcha. Yeah, I personally would probably go with an open source option. That's just because that's my style. If money were not an option, I think AWS is a solid choice. But again, the price point for AWS changes. It flexes as time changes, so does the cost. And so there can be a big question mark on how much is it going to cost our company, how much is it going to cost me to use that thing. Roiku, congratulations on number 16. But yeah, good question. I wish I had a better answer. Everyone who was sharing answers, thank you so much for sharing those. Yeah, so let's take a look here. I want to do serialization for my tactics board. So we have our board type. And last time I did serialization, I created like a separate package. Just buy your own server, easy peasy. That's right, 100 Acres. Just buy your own server. Look, you got to do auth. Just hire someone to do it. Just hire someone to do your authentication service for you, and then you don't look. Problem solved. Problem solved. You don't have to do it yourself. Build your own server. Build your own server from scratch out of construction paper. Hired. You're hired, 100 Acres. Hired. Okay. So I hope you're doing well, 100 Acres. It's wonderful to see you. I hope the family is doing well. I hope everything's going awesome. It'll keep you warm in the winter. That's true. Tafaz, welcome to the stream. Tafaz. Oh, Tafaz. I hope I'm saying your name right. We got Tafaz. Tafaz. Tafaz nails. You know you're great. Tafaz, thank you so much for the follow. Welcome to the stream. Okay. So what do I want to do? With the traffic some of all my sites have, that's fair. Yeah, as your sites grows, you won't be able to. So we have this board type here. We need to be able to serialize this. And there's a couple different ways I kind of would like to serialize it. I want we're going to go with JSON to start out. We're going to go with JSON to start out because it'll be simple. It'll be easy. Famous last words. I want this. We are using Net Standard 2.1. Okay. So let's come into our board here. And let's see if we can add in .NET, add package. There's like a specific package. Sidron, thank you so much for the hat. Let's get another hat on this. A stack. Thank you for the hat. Thank you for the hat. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Now I'm protected from the rain. Now I'm waterproofed. Thank you so much for the hat, Sidron. I hope you're having a beautiful day. Welcome into the stream. Bonus hat. Let's get another hat added on top of this one here. Let's get another hat in here. Oh, hang on. Yeah, we're gonna go with this one. Oh no, we lost one. Let's get another. My arms aren't long enough for all these hats. Let's get another hat added to this stack here. Oh my God, penalty hat. That's right. Let's get this hat going. All right. And then we use this one. Look, we use this one to keep the base nice and stable. I don't have anything similar to other languages. I've actually never used Dart. I hope no one's too upset here. 5 penalty hat, Jerome. 5 penalty hats. Get all of the hats. No mistakes. There we go. We saved it. Dirty Puddle, welcome back to the stream. I actually haven't used Dart. I wonder if anyone knows, does Dart have anything similar to other languages? I'm sure it is. But I personally have not used it, so I'm not able to speak on that personally. But that's a question that maybe someone here knows. Okay, want to add in. Let's go see what I used before. Yeah, actually, I've never used Dart. I'm sorry. I've heard quite a bit about Dart, but I've never actually used it. Let's go into... the only Dart experience I have is throwing them at a board. I used to throw a lot of darts. That's true, too. I used to have a lot of fun throwing darts. When I used to work as a pest control salesman, and I know that sounds crazy. And every sale you'd make, you get a dart. The company would give you a dart, and you got to throw it at the dartboard, and they'd give you cash money for whatever you threw. So if you saved up a bunch of darts, boom, at the end of each week, you got to throw the darts for each sale, get cash money, get those. So I used to sit around practicing throwing 20s, because you could, or triple 20s. So getting $60 per dart was the max you could get. Got pretty good at it. What am I looking for here? Trying to do an app development, but don't want to learn 2 languages for Android and iOS. Gotcha. The only Android development I haven't done any iOS stuff. So that's not entirely true. I've done one thing for iOS, but it was like a paid job. For Android, I've used Android Studio, which is the Java one, and so that one definitely wouldn't transfer. Looks like there's a C# library for Supabase. Hasn't been updated for 15 hours though, so they're slacking. Smab, I'm gonna add that in. I gotta bookmark that. It looks cool. Or Supabase looks cool. I am a fan. Oh, I'm so excited. If this works really well and I can do self-hosting, I could use that for my students' backends. Oh, I'm so excited. That makes me so excited. For a more general purpose language choice, you might want to take a look at React Native. Yeah, I know DevDad uses React Native for his cross-platform apps. So not a bad idea. That's a good idea, Akshay, Sidran. React Native. That said, I have heard good things about Dart. I just haven't personally used it. Dungeon crawler, gem, solution, and then I was using, there was a specific io cat dungeon crawler. All right, we are using version 13.0.2. This is the version that is compatible with Unity. Not saying I'm going to use this version. This is Newtonsoft. JSON 1302. Is this how we do that? No. All right, let's go look up Newtonsoft. NuGet Newtonsoft 13.02. I want this version. Gimme. I got to do -- version. Okay. Duke says, I'm using Capacitor for mobile app dev. In case you do not want to be stuck with React Jank with React Native and can live with a web view. Have you gotten into any hackathons? When I was younger, I used to do hackathons. When I was in undergrad and grad school, I would do hackathons probably 2 or 3 times a year. I wouldn't say I was super competitive, but I always felt like I did pretty well. Isn't the native JSON from .NET good? I am using, good question. Redmer, great question. I am using Net Standard 2.1, which doesn't have it. So if I was using .NET 8, the answer would be absolutely yes. But because I'm making this Net Standard, I need to keep it separated. Or it doesn't have it yet. It's not available there. Yeah, so it's not available in Net Standard 2.1, so I'm using the external library there. Yeah, otherwise, absolutely, yes, I would do that. And we made that decision last in day 2. We made the decision on day 2 not to. Had a ton, yeah. Mars of Power, welcome to the stream. Mars of Power, how you doing on this beautiful day now? Mars of Power, thank you so much for that. Tuberture says, what's the advantage of using Net Standard? This DLL is compatible with Unity. Yeah, so we made that decision that at some point we may want to make a use this in Unity since it's a game. We may want to be able to use this in Unity, so we're using Net Standard 2.1. That said, there's a lot of promising stuff, but they've been saying this for years. There's a lot of promising stuff about it. Doing great today. Coding as always. Mars at power. I love it. I love it. Coding power. Let's get that power out. All right, so I have this in here, and this thing has a dictionary, so it's a little bit trickier to serialize. So we're gonna have to figure out. We're gonna have to remember how we did this. Timmy, Jimmy, J. What a great name, Timmy, Jimmy. Timmy, Jimmy, J, how are you on this beautiful day, my friend? We got Timmy, Jimmy, Jimmy, J. Thank you for following me. Timmy, Jimmy, hope you're having a beautiful day. Welcome back to the stream. You've not written any code in weeks. Smab, I'm sorry to hear that. I think I'm sorry to hear that. I wonder if I should get back into some C# stuff. Haven't worked with C# in a few years. Seems like it's also relevant on the job market, and since I'm planning to get a new job in the foreseeable future, it might be an option. I have fallen in love with it. Yeah, so we're gonna try it, Smab. Last time I ran into issues where it could basically only could serialize. I think I have to write a custom deserializer, which I think I can copy. So I'm about to copy it from another project, which tells me it should belong in its own project. It has a problem if the dictionaries do not use a string. It has issues. It can serialize, but deserializing if they don't use a string, I think. But we're gonna try. We're gonna try and see here if we can just serialize and deserialize it. And so we're gonna go into our tests. Yeah, so I want to write, we're gonna write a test, make sure we can make a board, serialize it, and then deserialize it, get it, and have the same thing. Okay, so we kind of need to say, okay, well, two boards are equivalent. What are the, how do we define if two boards are equivalent? Yeah. Have a beautiful day, Redmer. Thank you so much for hanging out. We'll see you next time. No worries, my friend. All right, so I want to make two boards equatable to each other. Okay, so we want to be able to do a deep quality check here. I'm a big fan of the Shoodly package myself, Tuber. Okay, so two boards are equal if all of the positions and tile infos are equal in their, that's essentially our definition right now. They're equal if this. So let's write a quick test for that. Simple test. Okay. Because dictionaries don't have a .eq on them. But let's come in a board here. Board should, and there's a couple tests I want to write. The first one I want to write here. Public void, two boards should be equatable. Okay, so we need to make two boards, verify that they should be equal, maybe just equals, should be equals, and we have one should not be equal. So we're checking the equality of this. So we're gonna do an under test here, board under test equals new. And we're gonna construct two boards that are identical. Maybe part of me wants to use quick test here. Okay, but let's add in a board, a function that's gonna generate two boards that are identical, and then we can compare them. You may have more issues potentially with the drive directory on how they are stored in list arrays. I worked on this recently using, yeah, so it's MAP, yeah. So we talked about it a little bit on the other projects. It's sort of the same issue I think I was running into. And I solved it by having to do a custom, a thing for doing, we'll take a look at it if we get there. We'll see what happens. I was also doing something weird where it was a separate package, so I couldn't serialize private fields. And so now that I can serialize private fields, I don't think it may not be as big of an issue here. So this is actually, I want to be slightly different here. We're going to create an internal function. It's going to be a board create board. Okay. And will be a board, new board, board, new. And we're just going to return the board here like this. But we're going to construct some new stuff in here. But the idea being that I can do board 0 equals new, create board. Board 1 equals create board. And then we should be able to do board 0 dot equals board 1 like that. This is what we want to check. Two boards are equal to each other. They're two different instances, so we want to make sure we create two different instances, but we want them to have the identical stuff inside. So board dot create empty tiles. Let's go ahead and create a rectangle. So we're doing new bounding box from 0, 0 to, and we'll give it 7 by 5 dot 2 positions. Is this right? Dot positions. All right, so we create a board that we put some tiles on it. Let's add some figures. Board dot add figure, and we'll create a new figure at position 0, 0. What are the different things here? Oh, we give it an X and Y. Hang on. Add figure takes a 0, 0. Oh, it takes an X and Y. Hang on. 0, 0, and then new figure like that. Put another figure at 3, 3. This new figure. Let's make this one slightly different so we can create a figure. Let's give it a width equals 2, a height equals 2. So make it a slightly bigger figure. Wonder is, oh, this should be a comma. No comma. So board, these has these two things here. And one thing that would be nice is saying like it should be static. One thing that might be nice is to have this swap out and it like randomly generates, but it's the same. You give it a seed and it'll randomly generate some stuff. And then you can run it a few times for the equality check. This is how a quick, part of me wants to see if we can use quick check. There's like a C# quick check library where it generates your test for you. Okay. Okay, should be equals. We'll create two boards. We don't have to go overboard with it. This should fail. It's going to say not implemented. And there we go. So it's not implemented. So here's why this is not a sufficient test, because I could do a return true here and pass. So we want to do the validate and the invalidate. Make sure that two boards that are not equal are also not checking that they're valid. So we're going to add a second test here, just to give us a little bit more confidence. Should not be equals. And so we're going to create two boards. One of them will be an empty board. One of them will have some stuff in it. So we kind of want to do something like this. This is where I get a little bit finicky with this part, but we'll have a board like this where I'm not sure this is the best way to write this test. All right, so this will be, hang on. Board 0, board 1, 1, 1, 1. And let's make this have a different setup. Both have two figures, but the figures are in different positions. They're not identical figures. And now this one, we should have board 0 dot should not be board 1. When I actually did this incorrectly, this should be board 1. It's not equal. It's not actually asserting anything. Should be and should not be. Yeah, if board used builder pattern, and we may end up adding a builder pattern to it. I'm not sure if it's complex enough to require the builder pattern. And really all I would need to make it a builder pattern would be to swap out this. Yeah, all I would need to do is swap out this, right? Have this return board. For the most part, so we could do it that way. what likely is going to happen is my constructor is going to have a way to accept these values in it. So I don't know that I need a builder pattern, Pudota, but I think a builder pattern would not be a bad idea. But making it so that they chained in there would be okay. The main reason I haven't done it is I want to create eventually I want to add a triad, and that's going to return a bool, but it would be hard to create that, to swap that out there. It's kind of a builder. It's a data structure, right? It's a data structure. So there's no reason we couldn't do it. One reason not to do that is when you have it return that value, it implies that it's creating a new object, right? So there's an implication that if I, in my mind, if I have this return board and I return itself, there's an implication that the board that's being returned is a new object, and it's not. So I haven't quite decided how I feel about it, but I think doing that may be less clear than not doing it, right? So I feel that this, and the create empty tile feels like a bad name to me. I feel like this implies that there's a modification because there's no return type. All right, so I have the equals and not equals. So let's put it in, but that's just my opinion. You feel free to tell me I'm wrong. Feel free to suggest why it would be better to do it the other way. Yeah, sometimes it modifies, sometimes it doesn't. It's the trap I fall into with Link, right? So Link has an append method on it that returns a new object, and I get it wrong. 2% is you're wrong. I suggest being better. I'll try. I'm doing my best. Tuba, I'm doing my best. Thank you, though. All right, so our equals, our quality check, I'm going to say we're equal if all of our tiles, if we have the same positions and then all of our tiles are the same. Okay. Teach me, I'm doing my best. I'm trying. All right. So we want all of our, basically, we want to check, does this have all the same keys? And for each of those keys, do they match here? All right, same keys, and then do they match? And so I can say other, hang on. We want to say other dot tiles dot keys. Okay. So this should be, is this return a dictionary? What is this return? Key collection dot to hash set. And there's probably like a set equality equals. I don't care about the sequence equals. So there's probably a better way to do this, but we're doing a test here. Assume order is irrelevant. Yeah, so I'm gonna do to a hash set. And then equals, set equals exist here. Okay. And this will be on our tiles, and I should really do it this way. Tiles dot, I'm gonna do mine versus the other, left side, right side. Tiles dot keys dot to hash set dot set equals, like that. And Patrick, welcome back to the stream. Congratulations on number 18. Let's get another hat added to this deck. Thank you so much. Let's get another hat added on here. Here we go. Am I tall enough? Are my arms long enough? Oh, this one's gonna be unstable. We'll keep it there. We'll do our best. Thank you for the hat. We're gonna zoom out a little bit. There we go. Patrick, I hope you're having a beautiful day. Welcome back to the stream. Thank you for your question. We'll take a look at that momentarily. All right, so we have that. And now I want to check, right? So let's do that like this. Let's do simple. So if these are not the same, and then we'll do a refactor, return false. And then I want to go through every, thank you for the bonus hat. Let's get another bonus hat on here. All right, we're going for it. There it is. I'm beautiful. It's true. All right, so really what I want to do I've written this before. I want to look at my tiles dot any very beautiful equals true. Thank you so much, Mars. I want to make sure that all, is this key value pair coming in here? Every key is contained in other dot tiles dot contains key. All right. And for every one of those, the value is equals to, and we can do it this way actually. Braxton's pecking wildly at my head. That's why I'm wearing all these hats. You can't get me. You can't get me with all these hats. I thought you were corn. Thank you for being here. All right, we're gonna do a try get value. Try get value. It's our key. Out. So it'd be our tile info, other tile. And then value equals other tile. All right. So really it becomes this, I believe. And this is why we wrote the test, so that I don't have to try too hard with this. So we're saying that all the key value pairs and their sizes must be identical. So key value pair dot count, tiles dot count is equal to other tiles dot count. So they have the same number of elements and all of the tiles have the same key value pair. Yeah, that's what we want. That's the ticket there. Wonder if I could do just a key value pair, set of key value pairs, because I don't know if key value pairs are equatable. Probably not. So I think it's my first attempt at it. See how we did. And good morning to you as well, Braxton. Great to have you here. Okay, so we got that. I think I have some inkling of confidence in this equality check. The downside to this is where a quick test would be great. Would be able to randomly construct this using different constructors and check that they're all equal, right? So right now, if I decided my board has a new quality width and height, I'm no longer testing my width and height. I'm only testing that adding tiles and figures makes these two things equal. So there's part of me that's a little bit that is nervous about this. I also forgot, holy cannoli, this is not good. I forgot to create a new branch for this. I got too excited. Here. Oh no. All right. Let's come over to our GitHub. Now that I have this feature, I want to be able to merge it in, and I can't because I've added restrictions to myself. I can't just merge into main. Let's create a new one here. Board should be serializable. It looks like there's a sequence equals that works with enumerable. Sequence equal requires that the order be the same, though, doesn't it, Smem? And so I don't know that two dictionaries that contain the exact same items necessarily returns the same sequence. And in my mind, there's no reason why it necessarily should. If you could confirm sequence equals, the name to me implies that it should be equal all the way down. We'll have it be off of this one. Because it should have the same sequence is what it sort of sounds like to me. All right. And now we'll do a .NET format. Now, there's all kinds of things. Maybe we could add mutation tests, and I want to start using BUnit. Feet board should be equatable. Not right. Equatable. So 2 boards can be compared. Yeah, I think they have to be in the same order there. Yeah. I suppose if we could use it relatively simple, if we could sort by position, right? So you could potentially write an order, make position orderable, so it goes top left, top left to right, top to bottom. We could add an order. Then you could take it. You say same order and then check the sequence. So you could take the 2, turn them to a key value pair list, sort them, and then check them. I think this is pretty straightforward though. It's not too bad. All right, so the next thing I want to do is I want to add a test here that says 2 boards should be serializable. All right, so let's add a fact. Void should be JSONable is what I'm going to call it. This, and I like to, we'll just have it be this. I like to have a class. This is where I get a little bit stuck on like my design process. The question is, should I do board 0.2JSON? Or should I have a separate class that lets us do conversions? All right, so this is, yeah, so there's like a design decision in my code of should I have this? And then the reverse would be board deserialized would be JSON board dot from JSON like this. So there's a question I need to ask. Is this what I want, or do I want a separate class from board for deserializing? And that's what I did on the last project, is I had a separate class, but I had a whole class for serializing and deserializing. I'm gonna keep that in my brain on the back burner, and then we're gonna answer this question here. So let's see here. I think Tuber Tugger asked a question. Yeah, Tuber Tugger asks, I'm curious about the record data type choices in the board types. Would have been my instinct to use interfaces and structs. I'd love to better understand your choices. Great question. So I've thought, yes, ma'am, I think I'm leaning towards an extension myself. Makes it easier to swap out. I've sort of fallen into the I like extension methods quite a bit for swapping things in and out. So I started out as an interface, and I could do that. The main reason I've chosen not to, it's related to my functional style. This is actually an abstract type. So figure info is abstract. And the reason I've chosen to do this, and maybe I could make it an interface, is I want to be able to use union types for these things. So figure info is abstract. It's not an interface, so I didn't put I in front of it. Same with our tile. So I started out with an interface, and then I ended up switching to an abstract value. And sort of, there wasn't a specific thing on this. Instead, I'm able to do pattern matching to say, oh, is this thing a no tile or is this thing a tile? Rather than having a method that is a has tile, has tile on it. So yeah, so that's sort of where I went with it. And I don't know if this is the best decision. But I did start out with them as interfaces and found myself going like, oh, well, there isn't really a common, there's no methods on these that are common. So the no figure, I guess I could have made width and height 0 on it. But instead, when I'm doing these checks, I do it, yeah. Yes, map, exactly. It has pros and cons like all choices. I'm sort of in this like place where I'm doing pattern matching right now, right? So I'm in this place, I'm exploring it to its full extent, trying to understand what I like, what I don't like about it, seeing what I can know better. So in our pattern matching here, I can show you in our, can I show you, do I have an example of this in action? I think I do. Maybe. Yeah, here's an example of my add figure in action. So basically I'm going with a more functional programming style as opposed to a pure object-oriented style. So the main thing is I want to be able to write things like this. Okay. And then I'll have switches later for doing stuff for it. But I can say things like this. For every position, if tile info is a tile and it does not have a figure, do a thing here. So I could have created an interface called tile info and it has a method on it called it has figure and is tile. And, you know, so I could have done something like that. So it has its pros or cons. It's right now it's just me sort of exploring this space of records and pattern matching and understanding how to write those in a reusable and useful way. As an interface, it'd be slightly different. Yeah, me too. So I'm learning about this pattern matching stuff in C#. It's interesting. It's quite interesting. The other thing is because I'm using a record, I know I get the benefit of knowing it's immutable. That said, if I use an interface, I could make the interface immutable, right? But I get a bunch of free stuff by making a record. I could have made it an interface and have the record underneath. Hang on, let's try that. I'm curious. Can I go into... Can I do this? Question. I could probably still make it an interface, actually. So there's no particular reason I couldn't make it an interface. Okay, so I could do this. I just happened to make it abstract. So there isn't a particularly compelling argument in my mind why it needs to be abstract. Essentially, it is an interface. I just made it an abstract class. I can still do the pattern matching on it, which is kind of cool. So I kind of learned that just right now. It feels weird. Feels a little weird to have an interface with no methods. Right? But I could add them later. So it feels a little weird to have an interface with no methods. And that's the thing. These are data objects, right? They don't really have any methods. They have some properties on them. Exactly, Smab. And I did have properties initially, and then I was like, oh, I can just take these out. There's no reason to have properties on them. Yeah, so I think I'm going to bring it back to what it was previously. Because I think I may end up editing them later. Yeah, did it struct versus record? Really, it's struct versus clash, right? Let's just do a not save. Uh-oh. Should have done an actual save. All right, let's go back in time. Hopefully this is not bad. Yeah, it can just discard these changes. I think I just done a commit there. Okay. All right, cool. It's new. I think record stroke was new in C# 10. Okay. So what I was about to do was, did I write a serialize? Oh, I might have discarded that. Can I get my serialize back? I can. Okay. Okay, so I want this. But I'm going to make it an extension. So I'm going to make it an extension method like this. And then I want to say board 0 dot should be deserialized. So I'm going to create a class for my board extensions. You're welcome. Thank you so much for asking. Static class board extensions. Yeah, so you cannot do an extension, right? Skigama, sorry if I'm pronouncing that, Cygama. I'm gonna go with Cygama. Let me know if I'm pronouncing it correctly. As someone who is studying programming in spare time, why did you choose C#? I really have enjoyed, so there's a couple reasons. The biggest reason that I started using C#, fun fact, but I actually really disliked C# for many years. And dislikes not quite the right word. I'd say more of anything, I was, didn't want to use C# because I thought it was a Microsoft only product. And I think it was for a while. So back when I first learned about C#, I was like, oh, C# has some really cool stuff, but you have to develop for Windows. You have to develop for Microsoft platforms. And so there's like this huge misconception there. And so I didn't use it for years and years and years and years and years. And then I ended up getting a job as a teacher at a school where the students at that school were using Unity. So this was 5 or 6 years ago. The students at is that right? I got a job there 5 or 6 years ago. Students were using Unity, and I still didn't learn C#, but students would often come to me with problems, and they would show me this horrible, horrible code, and I'd be like, oh man, yeah, I'm not a big fan of C#. But it turns out that was more of, I'm not a big fan of C#, I'm not a big fan of Unity, is sort of how I felt about it. And so I avoided C# and I avoided Unity for a long time. But I learned enough C# to get by. And then I ended up getting a book called the C# Player's Guide. Because I was like, okay, if the students at this school are going to use C#, we're going to learn it well enough. And I read this book, I was like, oh, turns out C# is like, has some really beautiful features. I feel like the people who make C#, the developers of C#, use C# and try and understand the pain points. And so I find C# to be a really, really nice combination of object-oriented programming and functional programming. And I'm a big fan of functional programming. And so I feel like you get sort of the best of both worlds. And as I started using it more and more, the ecosystem's great, the people are friendly, the community is awesome. So there's a lot of reasons I use it. And I think it's a really, really nice general purpose language that is cross-platform, so that it's not Microsoft only. It works everywhere. Builds for the web. You can build things for the web, build things for desktop, build things for mobile. It goes anywhere and everywhere. So I really, really like it. And I think it has a lot of features that make it a really good starting programming language as well. I hope I answered your question, Sai. Thank you so much for asking. The ecosystem is really nice. And so that's a big part of it for me, is the ecosystem. Public static string to JSON. Okay. And this is going to take in a board. And we're going to just see if we can do a straight serialization. And we're going to have to add in some stuff. If you look at a fork of this, I was fiddling with, added an exclamation point Q. And we'll take a look at it when we come back from our first break. So we're going to be taking our first break after we get this serialization working. But yeah, add it in there. SMAB, and that's essentially when I first started using C# for real, was .NET 5. And I was like, oh, this is kind of nice. So the C# Player's Guide that I originally had, I think, was a .NET 5 one. I was like, oh, there's a lot of really cool stuff in here. And then, C# 6, not .NET 5. Sorry. .NET 5 was sort of my first exposure to writing in C#. And then Net 6 just like blew me away. I was like, oh. And so I really started digging into it 2 or 3 years ago. And I've, for lack of a better word, I've kind of been in love with it. JSON serializer dot serial dot. Let's go look at my code that I've written previously, or we can just look it up. Newtonsoft JSON serialize. What am I doing wrong? JSON convert. There it is. JSON convert dot serialize object board. And I'm pretty sure I'm gonna have to do a special serializer for it. So I don't think this will work. And then we'll have a public static board from JSON. String JSON. JSON convert dot deserialize object board from JSON and return. All right. And it's saying that this could be null. And so I'm going to change this to be a try. And we'll do a bool and have an out board like this. JD, welcome back to the stream. Thank you for the doy. DevX Shub, welcome to the stream. DevX Shub is here. Thank you for following me. DevX, welcome to the stream. Great to have you here. JD, how you doing, friend? Hope you're having a beautiful day.
If you want to feel like you're talking with Captain, let me see if I could do my Captain impression. I am not the Captain, but my eyebrows also move in a way like the Captain.
Hang on, that's not what I wanted. Folks, if you guys don't know JD, give him some love. JD does dev. JD does 3D art. JD does pixel art. JD does impressions. So this would be a board like this, right? Yeah, and then I'd say if board is null, return false. Do like that. Lowercase b, return board like that. Oh, sorry. Return board is not null. That we can say we don't care. So I think that's an okay thing to do here, is this not care. We could also do, I'm trying to decide what to do here. There's a attribute I can put on this. Not null when true. Is that right? If it is not part of the shipped public API, it is. Its initial value is never used. This is interesting. Oh, this should be an out. Hang on, this should be an out. Like that. There we go. Coming up probably in the next 10-20 minutes. You making a game about a bear who wants to prevent forest fires. That's right, JD. This makes me a little uncomfortable. I'm not sure what the best choice here would be. Jam Biscuit, welcome back to the stream, or welcome to the stream, I should say. Great to have you here, folks. If you guys want to watch a new game developer making games, check out Jam Biscuit Games. New to the streaming game, but great stuff going on there. Very talkative, informative place to be. Go check them out. Making a rogue-like game. A rogue-like game. Thank you so much for popping in. Go check them out, folks. Click that heart. Give them some love. Great to have you here. We are in the process of... We try and do something new here from time to time. All right, so here I want this to actually be... Try JSON. And this would be outboard deserialized. Serialized. Like this. Okay, so this becomes the new thing here. This should be a bool was a success. I should do was success should be true like that. Let's test it out here. See how we did. Did we build it? Does it serialize? I think it's gonna have an issue serializing. Okay, they're not identical. My guess is that one of them doesn't have the dictionary, which would make a lot of sense. Our dictionary is a private field. I want to... That makes sense. I think I need to do the following. JSON... Required instruct JSON always serialize this member and to require that its member has a value. JSON required, and then this one would be JSON ignore. Let's do a quick check here. Still okay. So now we're gonna get the error that I thought we were gonna get, which is saying, hey, I can't actually. There's a string here called position. I don't know what to do with it, and so we have to add in a little bit of extra information for our dictionary serialization. So I'm about to copy something from a previous project, which tells me that I should probably put it into its own library, its own a reusable component here. Because let's go find it real quick. I want to do the following. I did this last time during serialization, and I have this. Let's close these. In our IO, we had this dictionary JSON converter. I am doing C# and Blazor. Yeah, so the front end I'm building is Blazor. At least the editor I'm going to build is Blazor. Great question. Great question. The front end is going to be a Blazor component there. So I want to take this, and I'm reusing this in multiple projects now. So it's sort of telling me I probably want to put this in a shared library somewhere and reference it. And I do have like this Captain Coder core library that I have, but it's sort of fallen into an interesting space that I'm not using it in the way it should be used. So I have a few options. I could steal this, and notice that this thing is using Newtonsoft JSON, so maybe I shouldn't. So at the very least, I want to pull it over. Yeah, right now, exactly, Smack. We are looking at just the JSON, but I'm going to do some UI stuff in it. Let's create a new folder called JSON. And this was our dictionary JSON converter. So I'm a little bit torn here. Because this is something that I've used twice. Held, the hat game is strong. Yeah, we're getting close to hat stack overflow. We got, I think, 5 or 6 hats left. Coding Chemist, great to see you, my friend. Welcome back to the stream. Congratulations on your number 19. Got to get those points. Let's get this working. And then I want to consider, so what I need to do here is in this deserialize, both serialize and deserialize, I want to do a new dictionary JSON converter, and specifically of position to tile info. So we need one that looks like this for serializing and deserializing, I believe. I got the what in there. You got the what in there, JD. Great to see you. That cracks me up. Okay, so this, oh, I'm in the wrong project now. I was like, wait a minute, that's a lot of tests to pass. Okay, we're still failing. Cannot create an instance of the captain coder tile info. Type is an interface or abstract class and cannot be instantiated. Oh. Yeah, so this is where, Smab, you were talking about we got to do the type thing. Corfless and Jormunder, welcome back to the stream. Great to see both of you on this beautiful Monday. I hope you're having a beautiful day. So this is where we run into the type converter. We got to be able to parse these things. Yeah. Yeah, this is where using that abstract type, using that interface is tricky because it's not straightforward anymore, right? So Kavadra just day 123 waiting for Kevin to make an N64 homebrew game. You got to suggest it on the Discord. Have you suggested it on the Discord? Yeah, navigating those minefields. Let's see on the Discord. Let's see if you've requested this. Let's see. Suggest a topic. More Lua. New game. Contribute to Godot. No N64 requests. No N64 suggestions. Kvadratisk. Perhaps, maybe, possibly. If you made the suggestion, N64 homebrew would be really, that'd be pushing me outside of my comfort zone, which is always a good thing to do. I think it's always a good thing. Okay. So I need to, let me go find this topic here. It should be part of, let me see here. Give me just a second. Derived, yeah. Can we do it using derived type? So there's going to be like a JSON, Newton soft, JSON derived. Can we do something like this? And I don't know that this is, I don't know if this is available. Sorry, I was not paying attention. It contains, yeah, we need to include information. The process described in the documentation. Specify a type discriminator for the derived class. So there's a JSON derived type. And my question is this part of Newtonsoft, or is this something, I don't know if I can use this with Newtonsoft or if I need to be using, yeah, Jason's Derulo type. Yeah, I don't know if we have an easy, straightforward way to do this in Newtonsoft. So I'm not seeing the derived type. Let's see if we search just for derived type. Yeah. Newton Soft serialize interface. Let's see if we can come up. Not JSON.net. Newton Soft. To enable output of type information at the root level for a polymorphic object with type name handling auto, use the following overload. Okay. You think Newton would be pleased with Newton Soft? Well, possibly, maybe. Definitely. In your case, you should do settings from the docs. Let's go look at this. Serialize the specified string formatting to JSON. So the type of the value being serialized, this parameter is used with when type name handling is auto. To write out the type name if the type of the value does not match. Specifying the type is optional. So we want it to save the type information. So when it deserializes, it has that. Type name handling should be used with caution in your application. JSON from an external source, incoming type should be validated with a custom serializer binder. Yeah. So that's, I think, why it's off by default. So the question is, type of the value being serialized. Settings. Can we convert a position to int array? Well, it's not the position, right? So the error I'm receiving is related to this. It's saying, hey, I don't know how to deserialize a figure info because you're using these things. But you're asking for figure info, and I don't know how to deal with that. So if we look at the error is actually saying I think we actually serialized just fine. Here, let's go look at it. I'm 90% sure we serialized just fine. Let's debug this test. I'm fairly certain serialization is fine, but deserialization, it says, hey, I don't know how to deserialize this thing. It's too abstract. We just need to include that information, right? So if I debug this test, let's find out. I could be very wrong. And I should actually have verified this first, right? I should have done this first. It's weird that it pauses there sometimes. I don't understand why it does that. Yeah, so. Oh, what's successful? Oh, it just hasn't finished trying parsing. Yeah, so here is what it's serialized to. Well, that's too bad. Hang on. Let's put this in a file. Format. How do I change the type? Highlight. What code? How do I tell it what language to use? There's a command I can do. Anyway. Syntax? Mode? Language mode. There it is. JSON. Okay. So it's serializing just fine. Right? Thanks, Mab. It's good to practice this thing again to understand it, right? So it's saving figure and prop kind of just fine, but we need the information. Notice figure's getting saved. It's just saying like, oh, well, under the hood, I don't know what type this is. So we need a type variable saved in there. JD, thank you for the cloud. Try if Newton soft doesn't work, try Newton hard. Look, it's true. We got Newton hard, Newton soft. Okay. So I'm 90% sure. So the question is, how do we get this to save that information? JSON settings. Got the Fig Newtons. Type name handling. I think I need to set this to auto, right? Type name handling. The default value is none. Getter set how type name writing and reading is handled by the serializer. So I think I need to specify, and when we serialize, settings. Let's make a local variable. This is not what I wanted. Go look at this. Object, formatting, JSON converter. Oh, so that formatter has to go first. JSON serializer, settings. I think I got to do this. New. Nope. Try one more time. Take a look here. They don't have this, I don't think, Smab. Yeah, they don't. Their JSON Newtonsoft doesn't have the type discriminator. It doesn't have derived type. Yeah, so I ran into this because I was using this before. It doesn't have this, and you have to save the information. You say, oh, well, I want to be able to save these information. Yeah. So you end up passing in type information about it. So there's a couple different ways I could do it. I could actually write a converter for my figures and yeah. See, Ann Apple Newton. Fig Newtons. Gotta love those Fig Newtons. Let's come over here. That's exactly what we're trying to do. That's exactly what we're trying to do. And so the end result is we have to include, look right here, at the end of the day, we need to include the type in there with it. And we need to turn on the setting to save that information. We need to turn on a setting to save that information. Walks in, welcome back to the stream. Walks in, walked into my live. Thank you for the hat, Redeem. Let's get another hat added to the stack. If we can. Can we do it? Are my arms long enough? There we go. Thank you for the hat. Thank you for the hat. Thank you very much, Walks in. So what this does is we want to, I just need to figure out the, how to tell it to do this. And I don't use this enough, or haven't used it enough, to serialize object. Settings. I need one of these. Yeah. Need one of these. Or at least to understand settings. Yep, this is exactly what I'm doing. This is exactly what I'm doing here. If you're storing the type in the text, you can use the JSON serial settings. Yep, this is exactly. Using anything other than that could open yourself up to security vulnerabilities. This is exactly what I'm doing specifically for serialization. I'm hoping I don't need this for the deserialization. Because I want to be able to construct a settings. How do I make you? How do I create one of these? Have a beautiful day. Smap, thank you so much for hanging out. And we'll see you again soon. See you again soon. Have a beautiful day. Newton soft JSON. Let's go. Want to search for this constructor. Okay. So apparently it's just equals new settings dot converters. It's going to be equal to this settings. Kim, how you been? Great to see you again. And then this is name handling equals auto. So I'm a little bit worried on the deserialization side. Yeah. So my question here is, by doing that, I was hoping, can I debug that way? This is using like two different testing tools. When I do it with the right click on that, it's using a slightly different testing tool, which is weird. Copy expression. Oh, copy value. Okay, so it is saving our type information now. Like this. Okay, so it is saving the type. One thing we could do to deserialize. Oh, that's so much. Oh, I hate that. That said, a compression on this file. I don't want to do. Oh, I have it on auto. It shouldn't. I shouldn't need it for this. I really only need it for this part here. So I wonder if there's a way. Oh, it's so gross. All right, so let's get it working and see if we can refactor. All right, so I'm pretty sure I can do the following. And pass in settings. So we can get it to work this way. All right, so we can serialize this way. One thing I really dislike about this, so we can get the serialization working. Now we can potentially refactor and fix some stuff here. Should be able to get this to go away. JSON, make it work. Yeah, this is. Come on. Build, go away. Yeah, so using the type information in there, the reason it opens you up for a vulnerability is that someone has the ability now to take that JSON and say, oh, by the way, I'm this other type, and get that other type to attempt to be loaded in here during deserialization. So a potentially safer way to do this let's do a commit, because we're serializing here. The safer way to do this would to be actually write our own converter, and that converter can do it for us. Exactly. Build a wrapper to do that. So they do provide a way for us to do this by implementing our own converters for those. So I think when we come back from our break, we're gonna look at your stuff, Tuber. Then we're gonna do it. So Tuber, I think you wanted me to look at some exclamation point Q, get it added into my queue so I don't forget. We're gonna take a quick break here and get this committed. Git commit -m feat board should be JSONable. Okay. We'll take a look at that when I get back. I'm gonna get myself some more bean water. I'm gonna top off my bean water. I haven't finished it. I'm gonna chug a little bit more water. We're gonna hydrate. So hang tight, folks. Don't go anywhere. Captain Coder will return. I'll be right back. All right, everybody, we're back. Before we hop into it, Captain Coder's going to get some stretches in. I'm going to encourage you to stand up. Get up with the captain every hour.
You in the back.
Minutes,
Pay attention.
2 hours tops. You want to get up. You want to move around. You want to get that body fresh. You don't want to hurt yourself. You don't want those repeated stress injuries. You got to take care of yourself. And one way you can do that is getting up with the captain and stretching. So go ahead and stand on up with me. We're going to reach up to the sky as high as you can. Lean back a little bit. Don't hurt yourself. If you feel any pain, stop. Oh, yeah. And bring it forward. We're going to roll down. We're going to roll down and we're going to hang here. Just hang here. Hinging at the hips. If you can't touch your toes, no problem. Just hang here. Enjoy this time. Get that body. Oh yeah. Working on that lower back stretch. Glutes, lower back here. And then breathe in slowly for 5 seconds. Slowly roll up. Bring those shoulders up. Back and down, aims, back it. Welcome to the stream. We're gonna roll those shoulders back. 2, 3, 4. Add the elbows. Yeah. 2. Ryan, it's great to see you. Full arms. 2, 3, 4. Roll them forward. 2, 3, 4. Add the elbows. Yeah, I see that, Ryan. It's great to see you, though. I'm so glad you're back. It's always wonderful to have you in chat with us. Roll those arms up. Oh, yeah. I've been doing fantastic. I'm 2 weeks. This is actually the start of the 3rd week of my last term this year at school. Oh, yeah. Shake it out like that. And it's been wonderful. We're doing a class. We're doing a bunch of classes, but the class that I'm most excited about, that I'm having so much fun with, is I'm teaching a class called Game Architecture. Game engine architecture. So students are implementing a simple 2D physics rigid body system along with an entity component system that's just like an object hierarchy system. It's been super fun. But I've been super busy, so I had to cut back my stream. Oh yeah, everyone, thank you guys so much for joining me with those. Tuber says, fun fact, Captain Cutter learns all his stretch from a professional gymnast. That's not true. That's not true. I have a book here. Do I have my stretch book here? I suppose if you count learning from a book that was written by a professional gymnast, then that's, I guess that's true then. My book isn't here. I have a book about stretches. Oh yeah. Thank you everyone so much for joining me. Those points, and all 125 points, all you beautiful people. Oop, we gotta add the S onto the end of there. Beautiful, beautiful. We're gonna hop back in though. Before we continue on here, I want to remind you about 2 things. Mechanically Challenged. Moon and I are hosting. The deadline's coming up on Mechanically Challenged. And if you're curious what Mechanically Challenged is, it's a little programming challenge for you to learn something. And by doing so, you're entered for, you could potentially win up to $50. I'm going to let the guy on the screen explain it to you, though. Let the guy on the screen explain. Mechanically Challenged is an event hosted by Mooniz and myself, the Captain Coder, in which you are challenged to implement a game mechanic and share it with the greater community. In this particular month, April 2024, we are implementing dropping through platforms. So the goal of this is to implement in whatever engine, in whatever language that you want to implement it in, a platform in which a character stands on top of it and they don't fall through unless they press a particular button, down and jump, maybe just down to fall through. Once they're beneath this platform, they should be able to jump back up through the platform and land on top. This GIF here, this little video, shows Dead Cell's implementation of it. It may be a little trickier than you might think it was, but the goal is to have everyone in the community attempt to implement this, create a repository full of your solutions. So we'll have a solution for Unreal. We'll have a solution for Godot. We'll have a solution for Unity. We'll have a solution for any language you decide to do. And we'll put those into a repository together and have this as a resource for anyone who's new or wanting to implement this for their game. So how do you participate? You're going to start by creating a fork of this repository. Inside of that fork, you're going to create a folder with your engine, language, and username. You're going to implement your solution and then submit it via a pull request to this repository. Muniz and I will look over your solution, see how we feel about it. We may ask you to make some minor modifications to your repository to reduce the size and structure of it in the group project. And then finally, 2 people will win the Educationally Mechanic Prize. The Mechanic Prize here, Muniz and I will both select our favorite solutions so that you can have an option to win $50 for sharing your solution with the community. Muniz and I have sole discretion on selecting the winner. We can't select ourselves and we can't select family members. I will say that much. What we are looking for are clean implementations that show other people how they might take this and add it into their projects. So clean modular solutions are likely to be the winners. Where can you join and find more information? We both stream on Twitch. So twitch.tv/thecaptaincoder and twitch.tv/Muniz. You can also join us on Discord and join the discussion. If you have any questions, feel free to send them our way. We're looking forward to seeing your solution. Remember to keep coding, keep growing, keep being the best you can be. You're welcome back. All right. Yeah, that guy on the screen sort of explained it all for us. Go check out Mechanically Challenged, folks. JD asks, what if we're, family by 23andMe, like 2% DNA? Then we're basically brothers, JD. We're basically brothers. And, that's not a bad thing. Bro, I don't know if I'm a bruv. JD, yeah. I hope you'll consider making a Godot implementation, JD. It'd be awesome to see it. Anyone's welcome to submit an implementation. The goal isn't necessarily, I'm just trying to incentivize. We're trying to incentivize people to submit something. The goal isn't actually to implement the best solution. The goal is can we make a set of solutions? Can we make a repository of solutions so when someone asks, hey, how might I go about doing this? We have a place to point and say, oh, hey, look, there's a Unity version, there's an Unreal version, there's a Godot version, there's a bunch of different versions of it. Go check out our repository and learn from it. So we're trying to set this up for everyone. Go for it, JD. Do it. I want to see it. Roert, welcome to the stream. Let me know if I'm saying that incorrectly. Roert is how I'd pronounce it. Tony, Hyper, welcome back. Always wonderful to have you guys here in the crew with us. So go check out Mechanically Challenged. I hope you consider joining. I hope you'll consider, even if you don't win, I want you guys to learn something. Let's see. Tuber Tugger has a question for us. Oops. Look up my sick fork. It's the second branch. Oh, okay. On the project that we're working on. Gotcha. Probably shouldn't close all this, but that's okay. Too late. And it's gone. Okay. Captain Coder. Tactics engine. All right. So you made a branch. This is for the tactics engine? Oh, you made a fork. View existing forks. Okay, gotcha. And then you have it as a branch. Add UI. Is this what you want me to look at? It's not something you actually want to add, but did a proof of concept. Cool. Should I clone it? Should I build it? Ooh. Are there screenshots? All right, let's try it. Let's see how we do. I'm trusting you, Tuber. You're not sending me something crazy that I'm gonna install and be. I'm not gonna regret this, am I? All right, we're gonna try git clone. This is .NET build. All right, and folks, yeah, Jam Biscuit. That's the whole idea, is have a place for it all. Muniz. It's one of the tags. Drum under is Muniz. Muniz or Moon is? Good question. Okay, so I should go into. Oh, I need to check out the right branch. Hang on. Git branch remote git checkout add UI. .NET build. Tuber's last act as mod, crushing Captain Coder's trust as he hacks his system. And now, the new improved Captain Coder, Captain Tuber Tugger. Okay. Foiled again. All right, so which project should I go into? Is it, yeah, so I see a few projects here. How do I run it? How do I run it? Visualization. Desktop. .NET run. Huh? Oh, just visualization. All right. There was a program.c. Oh no, here it is. Here it is. This is Captain Coder's tactics engine. Ooh, yeah. I've never used Avalonia. This is cool. Oh man, folks, keep in mind everything I do here. Everything I do here, I try to make it as open source as possible. You are welcome to clone this project, fork it, make some stuff, do some pull requests. So use reflection to pull in all this stuff. Yeah, super cool. It's a little messy. This is neat. This is neat. So you're using reflection here to be able to inspect these different objects. Yeah, this is really cool. Using Avalonia. How do you like Avalonia? I've never used it. I've heard good things about it. I think I want to maybe do some stuff with Maui on this project. I'm not sure. We're gonna do some Blazor stuff, maybe some Maui stuff, learn some new things. Very, very nice stuff. Skydriver, I'm doing absolutely wonderful. How you doing, friend? How are you, Skydriver? How have you been? What have you been working on? I hope you've been well. I'm doing absolutely wonderful. This is cool. I'm a WPF guy, but Avalonia is very similar. Gotcha. Yeah, I've actually never done WPF either. Yeah, I'm what you might call a hack. Reflection is never not messy. A truer statement has never been stated, right? All right, I'm gonna clear this out just so that I don't have it here. Before I delete it, is there anything else you want me to look at? Oh, too late. And it's gone. Tuber, is there anything else you want me to look at on there? Very cool. Do you want me to look at the code or you just wanted me to look at the UI stuff? Very cool stuff. Great work with that. Let's go into back. We can actually just do an exit here. Okay. Awesome stuff. I remember when I discovered Reflection was the coolest thing ever. The first thing I did when I discovered Reflection was write my own JSON serializer, right? I feel like that is a great practice. Dev Dad, thank you so much for the raid earlier today. Congratulations on your partnership, your Twitch partner. Congratulations on that, my friend. I'm gonna have a world-class coding week. I am. I hope you're having a world-class coding week. What have you? I kind of was, you know, I was lurking in your stream a little bit today. Didn't see much, but what did you get done? I remember you saying there was some problem. There's always some problem, but you were. I can't remember quite what you're doing, but I remember you. There was some issue saying. I remember you saying, I don't know if this ever worked. There was some sort of like group or I can't remember exactly what it was. But folks, go check out Embeddor. Maybe do some Unity stuff, knowing the DLL is supposed to compile to it. It's compatible. So if you do Net Standard 2.1, it's compatible. All right, we're gonna go. We are serializable. I want to look into creating a converter. Challenges, that's what we're resolving a reminder notification issue that sometimes wasn't working. Gotcha. So let's go into our board. Oh, we don't need a board. What I want to do is here's what we really need. Here's what we really need. We need a thing here for figure. Okay. And I'm going to do actually, let's put it in board. Figure should. And figure should be serializable. That's really what we want. Okay, should be JSONable. And it might be time for me to add in board should be figure. Come on, figure should. Yeah, so I am working on a branch. I have it set up. I'm trying to follow some strict practice on myself because this is open source, because other people can make pull requests into it. I've set up checks to the main branch. I can't actually commit to my main branch. And when I do submissions to my main branch, it runs some checks. It runs the test. It makes sure things are working because I want to have confidence that when people do a pull request, I get that information back. So if we look at these are just me, but at some point I would love to have other people doing it. So after we do a pull request, we get the summary, right? We get a summary here and it says, hey, by the way, and I'm not going for 100, by the way, I'm not going for 100% code coverage. I just happen to have it right now. I do want to have confidence that things have not regressed, right? Things have not regressed, that the tests that we do have continue to pass, and that the information about what's going on here. So when someone tries to bring something in, I want to say, okay, what confidence do I have that the thing you're submitting isn't going to break something? And what confidence do I have the thing that you're submitting is going to provide value, right? So, and some of these things are like low hanging fruits, low hanging fruits. Skydriver, thank you so much for that hat. Let's get this hat started. Oh yeah. Low fringing hoots. That's right. So, the tuber with another hat. Let's get another hat on this stack. Oh yeah. Oh yeah, with the third, with the bonus hat. Oh yeah, hat. Let's get a third hat. 3 hats deep, folks. 3 hats deep. Can we keep this head nice and toasty, nice and warm? Did you see Bracky's latest video? It touches on open source code. I saw arrow functions. Ooh, you know I love me them arrow functions, them lambdas. Irish John Games with the lambdas. We gotta get those lambdas. Skydriver wants to see some Q-lists. John, welcome back to the stream. Go for it. Arrow functions. Ooh, I love lambdas. Folks, if you guys don't know Irish John Games, Irish John, there it is. Well, I get this. Check out this awesome trailer. I need to get a new trailer from you, Jern. I know you got some new ones. If you can send me one on Discord, even just a link to a YouTube, I can download it. But folks, check out Irish John Games, incredible streamer, incredible developer, making Rise of Piracy. Look at this here. We're gonna go get our Q-list. Q-list here. We're gonna play some Q-list. We got a Q-list redeem, which is awesome. I'm excited. Oh, we got 2 Q-lists. It's true. Irish John is a real game dev. Published by Microprose. Folks. I can't talk. Microprose there. Yeah, give him some love. Go check him out. Incredible stuff over there. Inspiration to me. Jern, you're one of the reasons I continue to stream daily, or try to stream daily. I've had to cut back a little bit because of my latest schedule, but I continue to stream because of you, my friend. You, Art, all those other incredible game streamers who are incredible. Boss Gans, welcome to the stream. Boss Gans followed me, and I'd like to say thank you. Boss Gans, thank you so much for the follow. Let's see, who redeemed Q-lists? Skydriver, thank you for the Q-lists. Let's give it a shot here. Let's turn on my dock, Cam. All right, we're gonna play some Q-lists. All right, we're gonna see if we can do a round of Q-lists here. Let's move. Maybe we can keep this board here. I'm not sure. I'm using this as an example, just to help myself understand my own game. But for anyone who's new here, who hasn't seen Q-list before, Q-list is this awesome Scrabble game. I should become an affiliate. Maybe they have an affiliate program with Q-list. I love this game. I love this game. Thank you for the clip, Dan. All right, so Q-list works this way. It's kind of like Scrabble. You roll the dice. How's the, is it, can you guys see the letters here? Let's zoom in. Then I zoom there. I feel like the glare is pretty bad today. Let's turn off one of these lights here, see if that helps. Does that help? Change the light type. Better. I'll turn that back on so I get my face isn't all messed up there. All right, so now we have to combine all of these letters together like Scrabble in a grid. We have to combine these all together in a grid here and make they have to be at least 3-letter words. So the word TO won't count. We have to do 3-letter words here. Let's see if we can make them. We got lucky with 3 vowels. Sometimes you only get 2 vowels and your life is miserable. Let's see if we can do it. We got THR. I like to try and do something like that. Through, no U's. 3, tree, true. Look, John, we got it. True. Just for you, John. True, woo. All right. TRFR. I think we might need too many. Frog. All right, there we go. Frog. We don't have a K. I was thinking frock would be good. Frog. Frong. Is that what my life is miserable? Because I only have 2 vowels. JD, maybe, perhaps, possibly. You need more vowels in your username. I see 3 vowels there. Polish needs no vowel. Yeah, can you imagine, like, languages that have a different letter set would be an interesting approach to this. But thank you for the Kulish redeem. All right, anyone seeing some more letters here that I'm missing? We got frog, froth. Ooh, that's a good one. Trying to get long words. That feels as froth. Is this how we spell froth? That looks weird to me. Froth. Let's see if we can get another letter in here. Something in here. Chef. Froth. Chef. All right. I don't like how close this E is. It makes it harder to use. Oops, didn't mean to change that. We got emo. Is emo a word, or is that just a genre of music? Does that word count? Can I use emo? Look. Chat gets to tell me, is emo a word? Probably counts. All right. Tuber says it counts. Nog is a word. Oh, JD. There we go. We got a frothy nog. Yeah, we got an emo chef frothing nog. Is gur a word? Is GR? We got to use 3-letter words. 3-letter minimum. All right, we did it. Let's add that to our Hall of Fame here. Let me get that screenshot. Hall of Fame. Boom. Copy clipboard. Hall of Fame it. Let me add it to the Discord. I want to, in the Discord, we need a Hall of Fame for QList. Here, let's add a QList Hall of Fame here. Docs, live stream, QList Hall of Fame. There we go. QList Hall of Fame, boom. There we go. The QList Hall of Fame. And when we fail, it'll be the QList Hall of Shame. JD says I did it. Yeah, JD, you did it. Points. Add JD, 125 points. Thank you for the nog. Thank you for the nog, my friend. I appreciate it. And JD, let's get you some bonus JD there. Have some JDs, my friend. Thank you so much for your assistance. All right. Wrong points. Yeah, that's right. JD gets the JDs. QList should be false. There, we did it. Okay. What? Yeah. What were we doing? What change do I have here? Oh, we're doing figure should. Okay, so I gotta actually write this test. So figure should be JSONable. Figure extensions. And so we'll do a figure. This is where I want to write a quick check, right? So figure should create figure. And there's 2 types of figures. So there's figure should. We want to be able to JSON. So we want to say no. Figure should, and I shouldn't have the word should here. Should be JSONable when no figure. So we should be able to do a no figure JSON. So in this case, this one would be figure. Time to write a wrap here. So this one is going to be this shouldn't be figure. This should be figure info. This should be figure info. Figure info should be JSONable when no figure. All right, so this should be no figure like this. And we want to be able to JSON it as well as DJSON it. We'll change this to no figure. Like that. Think Newton himself, JSONable? Possibly. That's right, Irad. There's never enough hats. Never enough hats. You can change that for a mere 500 points. You can change it. Oh, we have a question. We have a question there. Let's check out our question. What do we got here? JD says, I did it. JD, that's not a question. It's not a question. Demerits. JD does add one. JD, one demerit. One demerit. Could not add currency to user. What? We can't give JD demerits. Look, all hope is lost if we can't give JD demerits. There we go. I did it. One demerit. All right, we got another question. I did it? Yes. See, now there's a question. Is I did it a question? Not without the question mark. If there's no question mark, it's not a question, it's a statement. It's not a question. See, but you got a question in there. All right. JD, nice work. Nice work. You guys make my day. You guys making my day. Cookies. Oh, do we need a cookies currency now? All right, so this should be our figure info extensions. And this is going to be a figure info. Like that. And so we're gonna have to add this class. I used my noggin. I almost said noggin. It's true. Yeah, if you add some, we gotta keep those neck muscles nice and big. We gotta have a thick neck so they can call me Thick Neck. If I didn't have a thick neck, what would they call me? If I didn't have a thick neck, what would my name even be? Captain Thick Neck. Ooh, folks, it has a nice ring to it. Captain Thick Neck. One's in the chat. Maybe we should do a poll. Should I change my username to Captain Thickneck? Question. One's in the chat if you think I should change my username to Captain Thickneck. All right. One's in the chat if I should change my username to Captain Thickneck. Two's to keep it the same. Watson says don't do it. Don't do it. Keep it the same. Keep it the same. All right. Samar says 7. I vote for Captain. Oh boy, Captain Buttcrack. That's right. Look, I try to keep my captain above my camera above waist level now. Figure info should be reasonable before being JSONable. Yeah, Captain PG-13. All right, public static string to JSON, and this needs to take in a figure info like this. It's gonna throw a new not implemented exception for now. I'll have to clean that up. Irad, thank you for the one. Look at ooh, a lambda. We got another lambda in there. Jern, thank you so much for the clip points. I forgot to give you points. Add Irish John Games. Irish John. There we go. 500 points for the sweet clip. Public static figure info. Try from JSON. String JSON. And this is going to also throw a new not implemented exception currently. Okay, so I think we can do a thing here. And this should have an out variable. This needs to be a bool. And then this will be an out figure info info. Okay. And this will be no figure. Okay. All right. Nice try, Irad. You're not powerful enough to give people points. You can do a points give. If you want to give your points away, you can give them away, give them away, give them away now. If you'd like, you can give them away. All right, so this is one test we want here. All right, it should fail because we have the not implemented. I'm broke, I think. Look at you, all those points. Irad, 5,000 points. How do I get points? Jam Biscuits, great question. You get points just by hanging out. Just by hanging out. So if you look down here, the Captain Coder. You got to do the give command. All right, so if you want to give points, it's points. So for example, points give. Jam Biscuit getting 500. I just gave 500 of my points to Jam Biscuit like that. All right, so to get points, you just hang out in the chat. You get 240 points. I think it's 120 points an hour, 240 if you happen to be active. Exclamation point, check them. Get your bonus daily points by exclamation point first. Get those bonus points first. Oh, look at that. I was number 26. Get those bonus points, and then you got a couple redeems there for it. Yeah. I'm not an affiliate, so I don't have channel points. Instead, I got Captain Coder collectible coins. Smab, not bad. Not bad. Okay. Of course, this fails. Okay, so what I would like to do, open source channel points. So something I would like to do is I think I want to, and maybe we'll do this at some point, since I don't have my own Captain Coder channel points, I want to write a Twitch extension that will show up down here. So I kind of want to write a Twitch extension that explains channel points and has all this stuff in it. I don't think it would be that hard to do. Another option would be to make an overlay extension that shows up for you on Twitch. So if you're in the web browser, you can click on things and interact with it. It wouldn't work on mobile. So part of me thinks that would be kind of a fun thing to do. But you know, it's down the line. I was looking at, all you gotta do is, if you make a web, and we could do it in Blazor. Maybe we do it in Blazor. All you gotta do is make an iframe that it loads it up from. So we might do it. All right. Try from, okay. To JSON. Should be able to do the following, I believe. So I think we can do the following here. JSON convert dot JSON
you in the back.
converter?
Pay attention.
Hang on. JSON convert dot serialize info, and we're gonna have to tell it, hey, to use a special converter. Okay. I want to think here. Irish John, not bad, not bad at all, not bad at all. This would be the simple thing to do, right? We need to make sure. I want to write a converter for our figure, I think is what I want to do. Yeah, I think I need to write a converter for it.
Seems good.
Because this isn't going to quite work, right? So if I do this, and then I do this, return, it doesn't know how to deserialize. JSON convert, we do info equals JSON convert dot deserialize of our figure info like this, and we do our JSON, then we'll return info is not null, and we'll add in a, I guess I don't even need to put a thing there, not null, not null if not null, that's not null if when true. And then I can do this here. Yeah, now I can get rid of that. Okay. Duke says, I just now learned that there's a whole deep bit EEP big samples GitHub root for the Android library, including the Android Auto stuff. Ooh. Just somehow they don't seem to really mention the repo prominently in the actual docs. That'll make some of the stuff easier. Very nice. Yeah, a lot of times docs tend to be, a lot of people, and I think by a lot of people, I mean 99% of people don't enjoy writing documentation, including myself. That said, I should probably get a little bit better if I'm doing open source stuff. I used to have more points, but someone impersonated me and transferred them. That's okay. It happens. Look, you gotta be careful not to give your identity away. So this isn't gonna work. This is gonna throw that same exception we got before. It says like this is an abstract type. We don't know how to do it, right? Could not create an instance. Type is an interface. Okay. So I need to do a type converter. You can tuber tugger. That would be kind of awesome if someone wanted to do some pull requests where they write documentation. That would be insanely cool. You don't have to do it. You don't have to do it. What I should do is I should turn on generated XML documentation, and then it will force me to do it because I'll get errors if I don't. That's really what I should do. Okay. We do have wiki enabled on my repo. Okay. The wiki isn't quite what... So basically this is what I've been building off of here. But I don't necessarily think I'd want this to be the document. Maybe. That's an interesting idea. Can we get it to build over there? That's a fun idea. Ba-dum-bump. Bum-ba-dum-bump. Bum-ba-dum-bum-bum. Figure. I think I want to create a converter here. So I want to do the following. Okay, dictionary JSON converter. I want this to be our figure info converter. And this will be a JSON converter, a figure info converter. And then from here, we can specify how we do this. And maybe I'm wasting time here. Maybe I'm wasting too much time here doing this particular thing. Irish John, you're gonna get 1,000,000 points. That's right. Jern, I'm saving up on your channel for that. Just you wait. Just you wait. In a few years, I'll be redeeming that. In a few years, we'll get there. I did get 1,000,000 points on Grumpy Game Dev stream. I did do a redeem over on Grumpy Game Dev stream for, he has a 1,000,000 point redeem. I managed to save up for that. So, Duke, not everyone has access to your code, right? So if you have an API, you don't necessarily have access to the code, and sometimes it's really convenient to be able to do this. Like, what does this do, right? The names can be good enough. The names can be good enough. That said, for a while, where's public static void main? There is no void main. We don't have one. Grayson, welcome back to the stream. Great to see you, my friend. I hope you're having a beautiful day. Hope you've been well. Read JSON, write JSON. Part of me is feeling like maybe we don't need this. Yeah, so if someone's interacting with your API, it's like more important. Also, you don't always have time to go read someone else's code to see what it's doing necessarily. I think it's important if you have an API that's public, right? A public API needs it. Need is a strong word. It's nice to have it for a public API. Okay, let's see if I can focus here just for a minute. We will make this have a settings. And my goal here is to not use auto. My goal here is to not use auto, but our converters come from our new figure info converter. Okay. And it really feels like we should have a public static figure info converter instance. Or we're gonna call it shared. That seems to be the nomenclature. Get one of these, and then we'll just use the shared one. like this. Okay. And then same thing here for the deserialize. How many hats, Grayson? I think we got up to 12 earlier today. We reset them during the break. We reset it during the break. So we're on 3. We're at 3 hats right now. We're 3 hats deep. But you have the power to change that. You have the power to change that. You can do it if you put your mind into it. So right here, we need to do a parse. I don't have, you have to do points here, so I'm not an affiliate. So we have our own point system on Captain Coder's Academy. Gamble, I don't have the gamble command. Okay. And I need to remember how I did this. I'm gonna go look at it. I don't have a drop command. Look, Captain, am I even a real streamer? He's the hat man. Scooba-dooba-dop, booba-dooba-dop. Ooh-ee-ooh-ee-ah. He's the hat man. Oh, you guys are too much. This is why, so people get mad when I say I'm not a real streamer. I'm not a, because I don't have a whole lot of interaction. I don't have a whole lot of stuff. I just get on here and code. I get on here and code. Dungeon crawler .io. Let's see how I did it here. All right, so I want, oh, I can look at it here actually. JSON dictionary converter. Okay. All right, we're gonna end up calling serialize and then value dot. Okay. So I think what I want to do for my right is I want to simply I'm not a real streamer. I just happened to fall into this the streaming trap. The streaming trap, tuber. It's gonna look like this. It's gonna look like this. When I say could not write null. Null. This would be an illegal, invalid operation exception. Cannot write null. Null. Big here info. Okay. Otherwise, I'm gonna take our figure info converter. I want to take, where's our figure info? Is value, this is fascinating. What is, dictionary, what is going on here? Oh, this should be this should be figure info. That's what's going on. That's super confused there for a moment. Otherwise, I just want to do a value dot toString on this. And that should serialize it in a nice way. And then what we want to do is we need to have a parse method for our, yeah, here we go. So then we can have a try parse, and we could write a smarter parser. Tuber Tugger, thank you for that. Yeah, the showcase was awesome. The Morse code game is so good. Risky Biscuit Games, folks. If you guys aren't following Risky Biscuit Games, you should be. Creating SOS, a game where you learn Morse code in a procedurally generated horror game. Be sure to go check out Risky Biscuit Games, folks. Incredible developer. Awesome stuff happening there. All right, so I'm just going to serialize it this way. And then when we deserialize, what I want is we're going to have some extensions here. Really, we're going to do a try parse. I keep wanting to switch, but it's this tab here. It's going to be essentially something very similar to this. Serializer. Throw a new exception. I want to have a figure info dot try parse. I want figure info dot try parse, and we want to pull out that value. Serializer dot deserialize. Is it just reader? I think it's just reader dot value. Which is gonna not be quite right. Let's look at what we were doing here. Point out an array here. So we're doing just like a raw deserialize on reader, which happens to be a JSON reader. We're gonna say that as string, perhaps. Let's go look at what JSON reader here. This is interesting. Let's go look at Newtonsoft. Newtonsoft custom. JSON converter. JSON convert. Okay. Read. This is the part that I want to look at. It's weird that they left the not implemented here. Can read is false. The type will be skipped. Hang on. Let's look at this one. Read. Yeah, value. Reader.value is, I think, what I want. Okay. So I'm going to have a try parse. I have cracking the code. I'm not sure if I'm sitting on that ship, but I think it's in the other room. I have mixed feelings about it. The answer is essentially yes, because if you want to work at, many companies use that style of interview, and it's good at preparing you for those types of interview questions, like a little bit of algorithmic interview questions, what you're going for. I think it's a good book for that. Does it provide super practical coding skills for long term? It depends on what you're doing, but I think it is good for interviews. Or in the past, I have the types of interviews I give. It's not the most relevant, but I know a lot of companies do those style of interviews where they ask you an algorithm, they ask you to implement an algorithm, they do whiteboarding stuff. So understanding that, I think depending on the type of role you're looking for, it can be super helpful. And I think the book, you can get it used for like $20 in a lot of cases. New, I think it's like 60 or 70 bucks. Yeah, so the technical interviews, I think it's good for technical interviews to give you practice, right? And if you're not sure how to practice, I think it's a good place to start. It's a good place to go for it. All right, so we're gonna do a try parse here, and we'll say if, and this would end up being an out, figure info results, like this. And then we would return results, and we would say if, I'm gonna do a bool, was success, and we'll say if success is false. I guess we could return null, but I want to just throw new. I want this to just fail. And so throw new JSON parse, what a new parse exception. There's some kind of exception I want to do. Oh man, what is the JSON exception? There it is. could not parse figure info from reader.value. And in case, so one thing I like to do here, we'll do name of, and if we end up changing figure info, the name of this, it'll pull out the name of it instead. Didn't get to go over it. Gotcha. I think it's worth it. My partner, she's a software engineer, and she has used it successfully throughout her career for the jobs. Whenever she's looking for a new job or whenever she's applying new places or having an interview, she uses it to prep quite a bit, and she does well. There's another book she used, I can't remember. There's like a systems architecture book, a book about how to combine and architect software together. I should go grab it off the shelf and see what the name of it is. It's not the design patterns book. It's a little bit more than that. It's a book about architecting complex software. So like database over here and web service over here, and then like your back end and your front end. So like how to separate and think about and architect software that is complex systems of systems. So you have these different systems, each interacting with each other. I forget the name of that book, but there's a book specifically for building that up. Yeah, domain-driven design. There you go, Grumpy. Thank you so much for that. I couldn't remember the name of the book. I don't know if that's the name of the book, but yes. So there's a book about that specifically. Yeah, the triple D's. All right, so I'm gonna have this try parse here in 3D. Michelada, welcome to the stream. Great to have you here. All right, so I need to write this try parse. Okay, so in our figure, which I think I'm in right now, I'm gonna create a public static figure. Oh, I think I already have figure info extensions. Okay, so I want to add in a public static bool try parse like this, and try parse is gonna take in a string text or to parse, and we're gonna do a not null when true. Do I put this here? I'm pretty sure I put this here. All right. Out figure info. And we're just gonna throw a new not implemented exception. And I want to write this test now. So there's like, you know, Clean Code, a handbook of agile software craftsmanship, and the pragmatic programmer. Some people like that book. Some people hate that book. That book I don't think would necessarily prepare you well for an interview. Not all companies use agile software. I think that's an Uncle Bob book as well. And so that is like a controversial book. And so I would recommend reading it, but not necessarily taking everything it has inside of it to heart. And instead, what that book does, the Clean Code book, use iParsable. Ooh, I'm not aware. We're learning something. Uncle Bob is not the Pope. Yeah, Grumpy. So the Clean Code book presents a lot of challenging problems that arise in software development. The solutions that it proposes are not like the end-all be-all solution. So, with that said, I think it's important to read. I think a lot of people haven't read it and then talk about it as though they have and it's a terrible book. I don't think it's a terrible book. I don't adhere to everything it says. Let me say that. Let's try that. iParsable. I'm in Net Standard, Smab. I'm in Net Standard 2. Yeah, I'm in Net Standard 2. Oh, so sad. See, this is why, yeah, iParsable. There'd be so many of these things that I wouldn't have to worry about. So here's the question. Should I don't even know, right? I don't even know if I am going to make a Unity version of this. Yeah, not available for that version. Where's the test-driven development? Yeah, so I am doing it. So we have something that we're writing a test for right now. Yeah, that's right. So what I'll say is I don't always. I have build errors, so my tests are not gonna just show up right now. Hang on, let me fix the build errors and I'll show you. Here. Try parse. Figure info extensions. There we go. So what I will say is I have been reading and I'm almost done with it and I'm really liking it. Kent Beck's book on test-driven development. It has been really useful and nice for me to build my own style kind of around it. It does use what are the languages in? I think it's using Java and then like Python. So it uses multiple languages, but it talks in high level general terms. Oh, I'm not in the right folder here. Where are my errors? Problems. Results. This should be a figure info. Okay. That said, I think test-driven development can be useful, and I have found it to give me a lot of confidence when I'm working with other people. I've found building small prototype projects for it where I'm not quite sure what I'm doing to be difficult. Jasmine, the test framework. I think we used Jasmine at my the last company I worked for doing. It wasn't just for doing unit testing though; it's for integration testing. And then like end-to-end. I don't know if we used it for end-to-end testing, but we did have end-to-end testing as well. This is an issue. To parse and like that. Okay. Fox Hollow, welcome back to stream. And we use Robot Framework for E2E. Robot's a good one for doing the click stuff. You're a Robot Framework evangelist. Gotcha. Interesting. I have found click testing to be very painful. Sometimes you need it though, right? I want to look into B Unit as well. Folks, if you guys don't know, Fox Hollow Games, go check them out. Fox Hollow, how have you been? What have you been working on? Tell us all about it. There's a lot of things. Software engineering is this journey of like never having everything, never knowing everything. And that's really frustrating to a lot of people, especially people starting out. People starting out think they want to learn and know everything. Oh, I have a question here. I missed this. Or it might be an old question. Let's check it out here. Are you an old question? Oh, I think I answered this question. What is the best type of interview and assessment? No, this is a new question. For a software dev related job that is both reliable and getting a decent idea about the applying person's skill set in terms of general knowledge and some insight about knowledge of required skills and overall impression. Yeah, without wasting their or the interviewer's time. So the question, this question is interesting, Duke. Interviewing is expensive is sort of the answer to this, or you can, so, and then there's also how much money do you want to invest in it? When I was doing hiring, I will tell you the process we used that worked pretty well for what we were doing. But it's a very expensive and time intensive. You have to keep in mind that hiring someone is really expensive, and I would rather waste the time, and waste is a strong word, I would rather spend the time finding the right person than hiring someone and then it not working out 3-6 months later, or 12 months later. It takes like 18 months for someone to really onboard. So the question here is like, it's expensive to hire someone, and it's expensive to train someone. The process we had, and I know it's a lot, we had 3 interviews when I was working. The startup that I ran, we did 3 interviews. So it's a 3 interview process. The first interview was with, we didn't really have HR, but like with our CEO and myself. And it was like more than anything, it was sort of like a personality, talk to a person, look at their resume, ask them some questions. Is a short 30-minute interview to see, I hate to call it a personality interview, but it was a non-technical interview, just to get an idea of like, what is this person looking for? Does the CEO feel good about him? The second interview was sort of like an hour, I would say like 1 hour long culture fit interview. There you go, culture fit. Yeah. The second interview was a little bit more technical, where we said, okay, well, we want to talk to you about like your past projects. So usually in the first interview, I say, okay, what are your past projects, this and that. We have them come in the second interview and show us some projects that they're proud of. So I say like, here's what we do. Here's the role we're looking for. Have you done anything like this? If not, bring a project that you've done in the past. We don't want you to spend time working on it. Bring that project in, and we're going to talk about it. And so they have them bring a project, and then we ask them questions about that part. What were the challenges? If you could go back and fix something, what were the things that you would tell yourself to do differently? So very, I would say, I want to say short, but it wasn't short, it's an hour long. So at this point, they've had about an hour and a half of interviews. The last step, if we still liked them, we said, oh, this person's a good fit for our culture, we think they have the skills necessary or the right mindset for building those skills, we'll bring them in for the final interview. And the final interview, we actually bring them on site and pay them. That'd be great, Grammy. We'd pay them to come and work for us for 8 hours. Okay. So if we really like them, they get 1 day to come in and they work for us, and we pay them. All right. So we talk to them, say like, all right, we want to bring you in for 8 hours to work with us on a project, and we take the time. So they end up getting a day off work, usually if they're employed or not, and then we pay them for that day. So it's not, I would never do that. I'd never ask someone to spend a lot of time with us without paying them. Okay. So we bring them in and we basically give them a project. We give them, learning mindset is really good. We have a paid work trial. Yeah. And so it's because it's expensive. You're hiring someone. This is very few people do this, right? But you are intending to pay this person 6 figures, usually, right? 6 figures. The cost of this person is 6 figures. I would much rather spend, $10,000, $20,000 up front to find the right person and bring them in and do it, than hire someone and spend $80,000 to $100,000 more plus easily, right? So that's just salary, and then you have benefits and everything on top of that. I'd rather spend a lot of time up from finding the right person that's going to be a good fit and that we're going to have for a long time. That said, it's not necessarily a process that works for everyone. We were a really small company too. I think we had 15 employees when we finished, when I was done there. How do you know you're going to fit? It's hard. You see, but I can't do that. I cannot do that. That's really hard to do for me. Good question. What do you mean you can fire anyone without notice? It's true if you're an at-will employee. This is why I'm not a good boss, right? Or maybe I am a good boss. I don't know. This is why it's hard for me to be in the upper echelon. I never want to be a CTO again. I never want to be a CEO of a company. And if I am, I need someone else to handle that stuff because it's so hard. It's so hard for me to, anyway, it feels inhumane to do that. Anyway, I'd prefer to spend the time up front. Overclock, welcome to the stream. I'm not sure if that's a joke or not. But that said, very few companies do this, but I have found that to be a fairly reliable way to bring someone in. And then we usually tell them, all right, we're going to bring you in 3 months, 6-month trial. We are usually hiring for a very specific project, and the first day that they're with us, we usually try and present that project to them and say, okay, well, we want you to build this standalone module. It's usually we're having them try and approach something that we've already built, so we have an idea of like the specs, and then they try and it's something that they can't finish in a day. So it's like, how do they approach this thing? And I sit there, me or someone else, we sit there and we pair program with them the whole day. And like I said, very expensive process, but I'd rather pay it up front. The company I worked for, we hired both. So the answer is the company I was working for at the time, we hired both. And a lot of it was, we had like an internship program too. So in the summer, we'd bring in some interns who we were testing out, seeing it, and we'd pay the interns. Paid summer internship, and we'd usually bring in 3 and then hire 1. They didn't know that we were going to bring in 3 and hire 1, but we'd usually bring in 3 interns, have them work on some stuff, and then we'd use that to be like, oh, what? At least that's sort of what we did before. Good question. What is Git? Git is a subversioning tool. Hey, interns, what a novel idea. I know. That's all far too ethical for tech. I know. I hate it. My CEO, the guy who owned the company, hated that I was that way too, but he didn't want to lose me. You can learn technical skills, Grayson. You can learn technical skills. Well, I think one thing that people don't understand is you have to put in thousands and thousands of hours to gain those technical skills. Right? Social skills can be important. Social skills isn't even the right word. I'd say the soft skill of being able to work in a team, being able to work with your group is way more important than just the technical skills. Like 85% of it. The tech skills are really important too. Tech skills are easier to develop than social for some people. For some people, that's true. Okay, so I want to do this parse here. I need to write a should be parsable. All right, fact public void be parsable. Okay. Duke says in Germany, the job contract law is like when you hire someone, they usually have a probation of around 6 months in which the employer can basically quit at any time without having to give a reason for it. That time, it's a month structure notice. I know some people in foreign countries say like, yeah, it's like 3 months. I know I was talking to someone, and when they were switching jobs, it was a 3-month transition. I thought that was fascinating. Yeah, coding cameras. I'd be curious if like social skills is the right word or like team skills. So I think there's a difference between social skills and then like interacting in a productive way with a team. And every team is different as the other one. It's an interesting challenge. So this ends up being almost the identical thing here. The nice thing about this one is I can do a theory on this, right? Be parsable. So I can. This is where another quick test would be great. All right, be parsable. Really, it's going to be a parsable for each of the subclasses as well. Be parsable. And no figure dot toString, and then we have figure extensions, figure info extensions dot try parse should be figure info parsed. Bool was success dot should be true, and then this should really just be figure info dot should be parsed, and really it should be parsed dot should be figure info. We want this. I'm going to put should parse no figure. And maybe this should be in extensions rather than figure info. Should parse figure. Okay. And so for this one feels theoryable. We have a width, we have a height. There's some danger here because this is probably going to end up changing over time. Inline data. Let's go with 1, 1, 2, 3, like this. And figuring should be new figure with height. Contain. Oh, it takes. Sorry. This way. Like that. And then we should parse and deparse it. So these are the tests. So you'll notice I'm not necessarily following like strict test-driven development practices here. In strict test-driven development, you typically would be, you'd write one test at a time, right? You'd want to write one test at a time and then get it past. Green, red, green, red, green, red. I discovered as I was trying to write this implementation, I actually needed something else, and then I want that thing to be tested as well. Interpersonal coding, yeah. Test adjacent development, there we go. But now we have some tests that I think are reasonable to attempt to write here. Duke, welcome back to the stream, and we got to get out of here pretty soon. I'm going to spend a few more minutes. I'm going to see if there's if I can get this parse in relatively easily. I'm not sure I can. Can we get a command that shows this clip? Let's watch the clip real quick. I'm pretty sure Jern's going to do one. Let's check it out. Let's check it out. I'm going to keep... All right. Ooh, I love lambdas. Arrow functions. Ooh, I love lambdas. That's not bad. Sorry, clip again, but yeah. That one I think we could add in here. That one's not as aggressive. Yeah, if you could post it in the clips over on Discord, yeah, I think that could be a doable. That could be doable. All right, so this parse is interesting. Oh, that's interesting. I do love me a good switch expression. I do love me a good switch expression. So I'm pretty sure, and this is where we have no figure. All right, so what I think I want to try is the following. Parser is interesting here. Parser is a little tricky, but I could do if two. Let's do a two parse dot. Is there a nice way? C# record from string. So the two strings on records are always nice. Is there a nice simple way? And I think this is where the iParsable was coming from. Okay, so let's write a hacky version of this, and we may end up writing a better parser later. We'll do two parse dot strip trim. So we're going to trim it. And I'm going to say, we're going to have a switch. We're going to have a switch here. Oh, I suppose I could do the following. I could do the following. Try parse. Public static bool try parse. This would be nice. No figure. String to parse. And these could potentially be... And this would be a no figure, like that. Okay. This one's relatively simple because we should do two parse, and maybe we bring in a parser combinator library. Two parse dot The if to parse is no figure. This is really what it is. We're going to return a new, we'll return figure info.none. Like that. Oh, actually, this becomes no figure equals, and then we return true. Science, how you doing, friend? Welcome back to the stream. Great to have you here, folks. If you guys don't know, Science, incredible streamer, science communicator, Twitch, amazing human being, trio of fantasticness. Welcome to the stream, Science. I hope you're having a beautiful day. Glad to see you here. All right, so if it's 2 parts, we return this. Others, we just return false. And it's telling me I need to do no figure equals null, like this. And then we can do... Yeah, I'm going to give it... I almost put a ternary in here, but I'm not going to do that. We're going to say is no figure is not null. Like that. So I want to have a similar function. I'm going to make this private. For now. Private, static, bool. And maybe we'll write a true parser. Try parse figure. Okay. And it's gonna match this same pattern. Grayson, thank you so much for hanging out. Have a beautiful day, my friend. Keep coding, keep growing. We'll see you next time. I'll be back on Wednesday if you want to come by again. No pressure. No pressure. So then we're going to do a pattern, a regular expression here. So for this one, I think we can do a regular expression because we're going to match it out here. The toString for figure is going to be figure with, maybe I should just print one of these out. I think the toString is going to be int like this, and then height equals int. I'm 90% sure this is what the regular expression is going to be. And I can test that out real quick here. Let's debug this one. Test. Is this building? Sometimes if things don't build, I'm sad. False. toString? That's right, John. That's right. Info equals null. I want us to do this. .NET build. All right, can we refresh our tests? And then we're gonna go in here, we're gonna see what figure looks like. Parse, figure, debug. Should stop on this breakpoint and I can look at what the toString looks like here and utilize that. But I'm 90% sure it just matches this, the record syntax here. Okay, figure info, copy expression. Nope, copy value is what I wanted. Okay. Does it actually have the curly braces there? That's interesting. I don't think it actually, when you do the toString, I don't think it has the curly braces. So I think I'm going to take this here. But this is sort of what it's going to look like. And so we want to write a regular expression for parsing that. All right, now that I know what it looks like. Yeah, I had it right. Int, like that. Thumbert, how's it going? Thumbert, hope you're well. All right, so let's create a regular expression. And can I do... Yeah, I don't think I have regular expressions like that. Let's do a... Let's go I don't think it'll be too hard. 101 reg x. Just so I have it. Okay. My regular expression is literally this. And then this should be a digit. So it's just, or a number. A number. At least one number. Is there an integer option? Or do I have to do this? I think it's this. I think this is my regular expression. So now I do figure width equals 0, height equals 1, like that. Matches. 10 and does not match. Yeah, so I can do it like this. This will get me integers. Part of me doesn't care about white space, but we can be strict about it because we know. All right, so this is our regular expression. Regular expression. Does .NET Standard have what I'm looking for? C# reg x generator. Source generators. I don't think I can do this in Net Standard. Yeah, so .NET 2 is where this was introduced, so I can't do it this way. But I can create a private static regex for figure regex. Equals new regular expression, like that. And then how do I name parameters on this again? I want to be able to name these. Let's see if I can look in here. I can go look at my regular expression reg x name groups. How do I do name? Always forget this stuff here. There we go. Thank you. Thank you very much. Width. Pedota. 100 points to you. Thank you, my friends. Height. Like that. Okay, so now I should be able to do figure regex dot parse dot try dot match onto parse. Okay, and we can say two nerdy nerds, welcome back to the stream, my friend. Great to have you. We say is success. And I like to fail fast, so we might do, if it's not a success, return false. And then we do start out with figure being figure. Figure is null. I gotta wrap this up. I think I'm supposed to be taking my dog on a walk here, and I gotta get ready for class. I failed real fast for the regex. Two nerdy nerds. I hope you've been well, my friend. Folks, be sure to go check out Two Nerdy Nerds, Incredible Humans. Good question, Redston. It is the GeForce RTX 2060. What is it wanting me to do here? Invert if. Oh, it wants me to do. I like the not there. That's interesting. It wants. This will be returned true. And then we need to do figure. We need to pull these things out. Figure equals. Oh, we can't do this. All right, so this will be our match. Match equals. All right, so I thought I was going to be clever here. Did not work out. That's okay. If match dot was not a success, then we're going to return that. Asking for full box. Gotcha. Yeah. Tom is the NVIDIA GeForce RTX 2060. Oh, we love you guys. Two Nerdy Nerds. If you want to watch two nerds creating games in Godot, go check them out. Incredible Humans. Fun stream. All right, it's telling me that it wants me to have this be called S. Is that what it wants? What are you complaining about? Oh, let's make this a get. There we go. There we go. All right, figure equals new figure. Here's a scary part about this is I think we're gonna end up having like IDs and stuff, so I'm gonna have to rewrite this later, I think. New, and then our width, it's gonna be match dot groups of width. Can I do this? And it'll be int dot parse. Never groups. Is it group? Hang on. Match dot groups. Is this not indexable? Group. Groups of I gotta do a value on it. Thank you. Height equals int dot parse match groups height dot value, like that. Get rid of groups, and maybe I pull groups out like this, and then we can use, yeah, it's not much of a saving this. I'm not going to do that. Okay. Smab, you're correct. I was mentioning that. I think it's going to pass for now, and then I really want to make it not care about white space, right? No worries, two nerdy nerds. No worries. This project is on GitHub, and people can contribute to it if they'd like to. I still don't think it's going to work, because I didn't actually use this anywhere. So now up here, we're going to do if. This is my hack. I don't even know if it's quite a hack. Try parse no figure to parse out no figure. If this is the case, then can we do info here? I wonder if it doesn't like that. Can't convert. That's interesting. Surprised we can't quite do that. Info equals no figure. Surprised we can't do that. Turn true. So we try to parse that one. If it fails, then we move on to the next one. If try parse figure to parse out figure. Do I have figure info down here? No, it should just be just figure. Try parse figure. This should probably really be called try parse figure info. Yeah, I think I want to move. There's some moving stuff around. Could just have the rest. Well, I need it if I want my serialization to be just toString, right? So my serialization is literally saying doing a toString on it. And when I'm reading that information back in, I need to know it's a figure info, right? It's a figure info. And so how do I know which subclass? You're correct. If I had just width and height, I can infer that. But I think let's make it a little bit here. The guy who asked for the stream, thank you guys so much. Good. Redston.
Emails for Captain Coder.
Thank you so much for all the excitement there. Seems good. I don't know if that makes sense, Smab.
What?
Info equals figure. Return true. Otherwise, we return false down at the end there. Try parse figure info. Yeah, I feel like this shouldn't be a static method. I'm pretty annoying. Look, sometimes we all have special powers. All right, so we have some of our tests passing here. Let's see which ones. No figure. So that's interesting here. Which ones are passing? I'm curious. No figure isn't passing. I wonder. Let's go look at. That's fascinating to me. Let's go look at what that string is. Let's do try parse figure here. SKB,
You in the
howdy,
back.
199.
Pay attention.
Welcome to the stream, SKB. Welcome to the stream. Welcome aboard now, SKB. I would like to thank you for following the Captain Coder on this beautiful day. SKB, welcome to the stream. So we do have the curly braces there. That's interesting. That is interesting. So, my hack would be this. My hack would be this. Okay. What did I do? Wow, not even saying I'm not annoying, just going with it. So, look, you're the one who claimed it. I'm sorry. I didn't find it annoying. I found it aggressive. I found it, aggressive. All the niceism stuff. Yeah. No worries. I'm sorry, Redson. I hope I didn't offend you. Hope there was no offense. No offense meant. All right, we do have to finish this up. We got to get out of here. I bet my partners in the other room going like, come on, we said we were going to go on a walk. Kit, we did. Someone said tactics. It's you. You said tactics. We voted on it. All right, so I want to try from JSON here. Let us run this. I want to see what the string coming in is. What is my string? I think my to.json. The people have spoken. I feel a little bad. All right, so our oh, this is interesting. Our JSON is just the empty string, which is clearly not what we wanted. Fascinating. I got to come back up here. We may not finish this today. We might. I think we may not finish this on stream. All right, let's take a look here. No figure. When we do to.json on no figure, this is fascinating. Are we ending up here? If so, I want to look at what value.toString is doing. No figure, go figure. Red figure, blue figure. We're not ending up there. Okay, so when I call to.json, figure info converter, we do not end up invoking write JSON here for our figure info because I told it, I didn't tell it to. There it is. Missing it. Code Monk, enjoy your lurk. Have a beautiful day, my friend. Thank you so much for hanging out. We'll be back on Wednesday. Boom. JSONable with no figure. Let's add one more test. JSONable I can get rid of the B. JSONable when no figure. JSONable when figure. This will be a tricky thing here because when we serialize and deserialize, can we save the ID becomes a question. There's no ID right now, but I know I'm going to need one later. Width equals 7, height equals 2. Let's do it. Do it to it. And then we'll refactor the other spot there. Folks, if you guys aren't watching Cricket the original. The one, the only. Why can't I shout you out, Cricket? It's not letting me. Cricket. The one, the only, the unstoppable Cricket, folks. Be sure to give him some love. Are you still working on your train simulation game, Cricket? But also making a tactics game in Godot. Godot C#. All right, awesome. Let's do .NET format. Something we're gonna need to do for our board now. The whole reason to do this was get rid of this type name handling. Oh, this is gonna work. So I got to do that one more here for my. That's such a bummer. That's such a bummer because I need to add in my figure info converter.shared here. Let's see. This shouldn't break any tests. Shouldn't break any tests, but we need to add in. Bummer. Okay. I have more work I got to do because I got to do the same thing for my tile now. I have to write a thing for my tile. We didn't break any tests. We need a good name for Godot C#. It's Godot Net, I think, is what people call it because it's .net. All right, I got to get it out here. We're gonna find someone to raid here in just a moment. I'm open to suggestions, but no promises that that's who we'll raid. We'll see who's on. If you have suggestions, get them in now. Sure, or this is a feat. Board, a figure should be parsable. Spam. I'm about to quit .NET Center. I'm about to say, you know what? It's going to be web-based. I'm like 90% of the way there. Because this is too much extra work to get this done to potentially use it in Unity, which I don't think I'm going to do. I think I want it to be web-based anyway. All right. Let's see, did I hear Unity? Look, we all need a little bit of Unity in our life. Come together now, folks. All right. Who do we got? Who do we got? Who do we got? Who do we got? Let's see, who are we gonna raid? Maybe Clayman Johnson's always a good target. Primogen, C# Fritz. We're gonna go raid C# Fritz. We're doing some C# stuff. We're not doing a lot of game dev right now, so let's go raid C# Fritz. This guy's amazing. All right, folks, thank you so much for hanging out. Let's go give him some love. I will be back on Wednesday, folks. Remember to keep coding. Remember to keep growing. Remember to keep being the best you can be. You're welcome back anytime. I will be back on Wednesday. See you then. Have a beautiful day. Be there or be a square. Bye-bye.